Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Friday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in on this steamy, hot Friday afternoon in Central Florida.
Oh, we're praying for you.
We appreciate you tuning in for sure. We do have a big program for you today. We'll get you caught up with news, woke news, coming up with Deborah here in a few minutes. Embers only today. Got a really nice, really a perfect evening cigar for you tonight. Olympics update with Jack at 4 o'clock today. We'll talk to Mike Leinbach today, former NASA launch director, about what's happening with Starliner, even though not going up today. We still get to kind of talk about the technology and what the effing Russians did to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Stupid Russians.
Damn Ruski.
Trivia, Ross thoughts, last call, 3 opportunities for you to become part of the Summer of Stuff, and of course, trivia as well for cool stuff from us. Welcome to the show. I am Jim. To my left, my very lovely and dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, Mr. Ross Padgett.
What's up, Jim?
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. You can find us on social media easily, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, online, you can find us at JimColbertLive.com. Take us wherever you go using the iHeartRadio app. And remember, we are streaming this show live. You can see video, YouTube, Twitch, and, of course, right there on Facebook as well. Matter of fact, we'd like some more subscriptions to YouTube. That'd be great. Just go to YouTube and search The Jim Colbert Show and just give us a subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. And you can watch the show live there. Go back and watch old shows and read the chat. Ross is on the chat occasionally through the breaks.
I am. I got to get better at it.
Yeah, I mean, that's better. That's fine.
Sam and Candace are always there. Those are our admins for the chat. And if you click on the little bell there, you get notifications when we go live.
Go live. That's it. How's everybody's Friday going? Good?
Oh, man. Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, it's been a very good Friday for Magic fans. This is
great.
The draft we've been waiting for a while. For people who do not know, the Orlando Magic got the luckiest break of all time when the Toronto Raptors did not choose Jalen Suggs. That is a heralded point guard coming out of the NCAA. And we got him. And that was kind of our guy. Yeah, Gonzaga player. That's our guy now. And,
so what were they thinking?
Don't know. I was actually talking to Brandon Kravitz about it right before the show. And, he just thinks the Raptors, that guy particularly, it fits their plan better than any other player. So they chose him. I mean, you got to worry about what, I guess, you're building your team, not what someone else is going to get.
Yeah.
But they did give up a great player. Then, of course, we got that other kid, Warner, Wagner, at the 8th pick. And he looks good as well. Didn't know much about that guy. Did a little YouTube research on him. He looks good. Great defender. I know that. Can score. Lots of reach. But, man, the Magic can get... It'll make an impact immediately.
And what we drafted, more importantly than two of these beautiful basketball players, that was a little weird. I've never called the basketball player beautiful, but that's just an example of how happy I am.
Gotcha.
We have hope. We have something to be optimistic about.
I would agree with that 100%. With all the trades that have been made, it finally looked like the Magic made a good play here. So everybody believes the same thing, too. All the reviews I've read today believe that the Rockets and the Magic were some of the best. Matter of fact, I believe the Magic got an A+ rating almost from every major publication about how well they did in the draft last night.
Thank you, Toronto.
Yeah, thank you, Toronto, very much. You'll be sending those guys a whole bunch of chocolate-covered strawberries today.
Because that's the forever debate. Do you go ahead and draft a player that you think is going to be best for your team and what your game plan is, or do you draft a player that's the best?
Yeah, the best athlete.
The best player still there.
The fit matters, man, and I think this is going to be a good fit for the Magic. So let's see what they do with these guys when the season comes around next year for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. I know that it's coming up in news, but it looks like the mask mandate wave is hitting us. We got breaking news from two organizations right before we came back on the air about masks returning to their employees, not so much to people visiting the stores, but we all know that that's how it started back in March of last year.
Yeah, don't you take my headline.
I'm not going to, but I mean, it's already headed that way.
Take it.
And then Ross, on your recommendation, buddy, and this wasn't even part of what you do that's new, but my wife and I are always looking for something interesting to watch on TV. We've blown through, like many people have, all of the collections that are worthy of watching on all of their apps, whether it be Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus. We've run through a lot of those. We still want to watch Ted Lasso.
Oh, God.
And I know the new season drops today.
No,
last week.
Last Friday?
Week
All
they
right.
dropped the second episode of season 2.
Yeah, they do it one episode a week.
Okay, so they started that. But checked out the 99 or the documentary of Woodstock 99 last night. Now, I didn't get to see about the last 15 or 20 minutes because I wound up falling asleep because we started it relatively late. But
they all live happily ever after.
oh, my God almighty, man. You know what? I got to tell you, I don't want to give any of it away because I want people to check it out. And people in our age group, in that 50-year-old, 45-year-old, those are the people who went to that thing and who are now our age. And that whole mid-'90s, late '90s surge of what they call new metal, Korn, Limp Bizkit, along with the old schoolers, Metallica, and other bands like that. DMX's set was like insane. So not only is the music good because the sound recording for it is good, but man, oh man,
Hey, that's so funny.
Man, oh man,
This is
the humanity of it all, brother.
It's so odd to hear like that was your guys' time, and I believe that. I'm not saying that's not true, but we have a 20-year difference, but I also feel like that was my time. That's what I grew up on,
right?
Because I had an older brother. At a very young age, I was listening to Korn and Limp Bizkit, and it's just very odd that we have that similarity, even though with our age difference.
And I say the age thing because I was in my 30s at the time, but the Monsters in the Morning, where I worked before I had my own show here. That Monsters 99 is when that show was at its absolute peak. We had the really big crowds, and it was, it's show's still big, but it was new and big then, and that particular music was hitting at the same exact time. So that stuff is kind of etched into my psyche, that era of music. So to watch this was a really neat kind of rewind for me because I remember seeing a lot of those trends and hearing a lot of those songs and seeing a lot of that stupid stuff. But watching it as a 53-year-old dude, watching back, I'm like, you wouldn't have gotten me within 10 miles of that place.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, I'll just buy the album or whatever. There's no way I'm going near that cesspool. That's not happening at all.
And how sad was it? Because it, of course, is Woodstock 99. Well, there's tons of these homages to the first Woodstock. And they had like trivia with some of the people there. And there's a guy with a microphone and a camera. And he asked one of the attendees who played the Star Spangled Banner on an electric guitar at the first Woodstock. And the guy goes, I think like Jerry something.
Yeah, Jerry.
I think it was Jerry Fallhaber.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just here for Limp Bizkit.
Right,
And
yeah.
It just...
And the best part was, right behind him, there's actually a sign that says, they're standing under a sign that says Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Like, they're standing under a sign that says Jimi Hendrix. So it's pretty cool. You can check it out. It's on Amazon or on HBO.
Yeah, phenomenal documentary. Terrible event.
Yeah.
Terrible event, but great documentary.
All right, 407-916-1041. Also, some other stuff coming up today we'll talk about before we get to Deb's news and find out what the hell's going on there. Also, we have our Olympic update coming at 4 o'clock. We'll give Jack an entire 11 minutes to kind of break down what's happening in the Olympics. A lot of cool stuff happening out there in the Olympics. Kind of weird stuff with the American teams. We just had another weird thing happen in the American team, so we'll probably get caught up with that. But were you guys aware of the South Korean policy with their Olympians? Do you guys know what's going on? For one thing, I had no idea this existed in that country already, but this policy was even more strange. Did you guys know that you have 2 years mandatory military service in South Korea?
Yes.
You did know that? Jack, did you know it as well?
Not for South Korea, no.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Israel has something similar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did not know that had the 2-year mandatory military service for South Korea. And by the way, it's one of those things where, you got to do it, and you can say you don't want to do it, but you still got to do it. I mean, you have the right to go, I'm not super happy about it, but you still got to go. There's no way around it. Unless, if you win a medal as a South Korean, you get out of that.
Well, there you go.
If you win I don't even think it requires gold. I think if you medal in the Olympics, it allows you to bypass your mandatory military service in South Korea. I don't know if it has to be gold or not.
Let's see. 18 years of unrelenting training and money spent to become the best in the world. Or 2 years compulsory service. Sign me up and put me in the mailroom.
What do you guys think about that 2 years mandatory thing?
I think it's right.
I think it makes people real silly about complaining about having to wear a mask.
Yeah, everyone has a little bit of skin in the game, right?
I've heard that South Korea it would not, if you were going to live elsewhere. Everybody that goes to South Korea says it's amazing.
That's what I've heard.
Everybody that goes to Seoul says it's amazing. The people are absolutely brilliant. The
progressive.
landscapes, it's progressive. The internet is really good.
It's yards from nuclear missiles being pointed at you.
Right, yeah.
Are you talking about Cuba? Oh, wait, no.
That's fine.
yeah, that's fine.
That's nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
It's eventual.
The North Koreans can't even make it over the fence. It doesn't matter.
One of the most
Their guns are fake.
One of the most famous South Koreans, at least because I'm a huge fan of English soccer, is there's a soccer player named Son who plays for Tottenham Hotspur, and he's arguably the most successful South Korean when it comes to the world of sports, and he had to do the military.
I will tell you, brother. I don't know how much of America. Let's put that on the Twitter poll, Jack. Actually, well, how do you feel about? I mean, even as somebody who would have to do it, or somebody who would have had to have done it, how do you feel about that? 2 years of mandatory military service.
Is it a year in Israel?
I think it's a year.
Is it a
in
year?
Israel.
I thought it was a year in Israel. So I think that's the part about the South Korean program that makes it different. It's that it's automatically 2 years.
2 years, man. 2 years. And, maybe if you go in, you get credit for, 2 years of community college when you come out. Or I don't know what the benefits could be or whatever. Of course, you get your salary like if you do the military. It'd give you an opportunity to choose that as a career or a vocation if you wanted to continue your service. But I don't see anything wrong with it.
Wording of the poll?
How much do you hate Jim for suggesting this?
Do you believe in compulsory military?
Should all? Yeah, but you got to personalize. So should all Americans have to do it?
Yeah. It would be everybody at 18 years old when you graduate from high school. You immediately start 2 years of mandatory military service.
There you go, Jack. There's your Twitter poll. That's 150 characters at least.
Yeah. We can. I'll make it work.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Sure you will.
Jack, you're brilliant. Crush those words.
I'll
This is
come
where
up
you,
with a couple shortcuts.
this is the look.
And
this,
emojis.
This is the muscle that is going to allow you to be a great lyricist.
Yeah.
Is what you're about to do now. Plus, we have a bunch of other cool stuff to talk about. What's coming up for news, dear?
Well, you teased earlier. Yeah, we do have an updated mask policy from both Publix and now Walmart announcing their updated COVID-19 face mask policy. Good news for Florida parents. Our back-to-school sales tax holiday begins tomorrow. And a couple of endangered Galapagos tortoises have had their first date
Oh, yeah. How'd that turn out?
on FaceTime.
Bow checker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bow checker.
The epidemic has hit the love life of everyone, but we'll cover that and a whole lot more coming up during Woke News.
that charger isn't big enough.
No, it's not. I'm going to tell you straight up, Deborah. You're going to want to manage yourself before Pick the Porn today.
Oh, really?
You're going to want to manage yourself. I came across what I think is the greatest adult film title of all time.
Well, we'll see. 5:45.
I mean, it is the greatest adult film title of all time. Is going to happen today at 5:45 for Pick the Porn.
You want
You're
to
not
tell
gonna-
me right
you're-
now so bad.
You're not going to make it through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just telling you
All
straight
right.
up. Well, just if we could just get you an adult diaper now.
Oh, I was
All
about
right.
to put some money on it, but never mind.
917-916-1041. You got it up there, Jack?
Poll posted at Jim Colbert on the Twitter.
That's right. There you go. At Jim Colbert Show on Twitter.
And also leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about
Yeah,
it.
please do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Direct it right to Ross. At Ross Paget. Very good. All right, back in a second with Deb's News.
Be like the smart kids, like the summa cum laude of your workplace. What? Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest. Buy from the best. Goldsmithjewelry.com.
Stop and go traffic coming in from Polk County eastbound on I-4 between County Road 557 and 429. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway and 535. Westbound a solid ride 2 between World Drive and 429. And we're still seeing delays between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway and also between Parr Street and Colonial Drive. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic with delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy smoothies, milkshakes, and sundaes. They're crafted to crave at Wawa.
Man, when I think about a custom fence for my friends over at Mossy Oak Fence, I think about high quality because the skilled craftsmen over at Mossy Oak Fence only use the very best materials out there, high quality, backed by the best warranty in the business. I also think about sensibility because Mossy Oak Fence offers affordable payment plans. But I also think about safety and security. And the reason why is because your family's safety and security is Mossy Oak's #1 priority. So look, if you're thinking about a new fence, you got to think Mossy Oak Fences. Visit mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by the Original Mattress Factory. Tickets are on sale now for our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th in Las Vegas. Billie Eilish, Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Dua Lipa, Phineas, Florida Georgia Line, J. Cole, Journey, Khalid, Lil Baby, Maroon 5, Nelly, Sam Hunt, Weezer, and more on the T-Mobile Arena nighttime stage. Get tickets now through AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassey's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassey's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
It gets hot in the summertime, and last year, I'm so glad I found Mills Air because they were able to switch out my old system for a Carrier system, and I saved so much money when it comes to my power bill. It is millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Have them check out your system, millsair.com.
The Dave single from Wendy's made with fresh, never frozen beef has the power to blow your mind. But now that the Dave single is buy one, get one for $1, as well as the spicy or classic chicken sandwich and the spicy or crispy 10-piece nuggets, Wendy's BOGO for $1 deal is gonna blow your mind and your speakers. Get these faves, BOGO $1 only at Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with combo or any other offer.
Right now at Old Navy, get kids' styles on sale up to 50% off. Styles start at just $6. Grab amazing back-to-school styles for the kids with new amazing deals every single day. Get Kids Active from just $10 and jeans from $12. Get back-to-school shopping now with kids' styles on sale up to 50% off. Can't wait? Order at OldNavy.com now and pick up in store or with contactless curbside pickup for fast and worry-free shopping. Valid 7/26 through 8/9. Select styles only.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. And there are so many of them. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms and hire us instead, I wonder why they ever called the other firm in the first place. They were smart to switch before it was too late. You only get one day in court. You know who has the resources and results to fight to handle your claim. And the big insurance company on the other side, they know it too. They know us well. You have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away. Walk our way. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You take steps to stay healthy when at the pharmacy picking up vitamins or filling a prescription.
May I help you?
Take another healthy step right now and ask the pharmacist how Prevnar 13 can help protect you from pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease. If you're 65 or older, a trip to the pharmacy is a lot more pleasant than a trip to the hospital because of pneumococcal pneumonia. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13-valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Stop by the pharmacy today and ask about Prevnar 13. Learn more at Prevnar13.com. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
happy birthday to the rebel that started a revolution, that changed music, changed fashion, changed the world. MTV? Download the free iHeartRadio app and celebrate MTV at 40. Podcast with the pioneers of music television, sharing never-before-told stories. MTV at 40 playlist with the biggest songs from the year MTV debuted and the iconic MTV Unplugged playlist, along with the return of MTV's Behind the Music.
Oh, man, thank you, MTV.
MTV at 40. Available now on the free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
If you were denied Social Security benefits, call us. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Talking about 80s and 90s aggressive electronic music. I remember the first time I heard this, I'm like,
You're kidding.
This sounds devilish.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's a genius, man.
With that Trent Reznor and 9 Inch Nails.
Absolute genius.
I thought Pretty Hate Machine came out in '89. I think it's one of the 10 best albums I've ever listened to.
It is unbelievably good. That guy's written scores.
Yep.
That guy's done a lot. A genius, and he was kind of dismissed a little bit because that music didn't get a lot of music credibility. But man, he took it to a different level.
Electronic, the EDM stuff, this is late 80s, 89.
Yeah, dude. He's doing this in conjunction with rock as well, dude.
Before it blew up in the 90s,
407-916-1041. We'll have your first keyword. Top of the hour. Stay put. We'll get that for you. Hope you can win that $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Hey, tomorrow morning when you're tootling around, give him a listen when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show.
Tootling.
Tootling. Central
Toodles.
Florida's largest healthcare system is reporting a record number of COVID-19 patients. Officials say there were nearly 1,000 patients with the virus hospitalized yesterday at Advent Health Systems.
Hospitalized?
Hospitalized.
Wowzers.
All outpatient procedures are being deferred as the system's Central Florida location is now at black status. Yesterday, the CDC reported that Florida logged more than 17,500 new cases on Wednesday, along with 56 new deaths. And this is the side effect, of course, it's the masks. We're all battling about the masks, but for a lot of us, it's nice seeing businesses back to normal. Well, a show expected to bring thousands of visitors to Orlando is unfortunately being canceled. The Global Surgical Conference at the Orange County Convention Center is called off because of the surge in coronavirus cases. The event was set to be held next Saturday, August 7th through the 10th. But the group says it doesn't want to burden Orlando's healthcare system, not to mention if it's a surgical conference. Irony, exactly. They may be needed back in their home states, depending on what the levels are like there. So far, though, this is the only show that is canceled. So that's good news there. All right, all Publix workers will be required to wear face masks inside public stores starting Monday. That's what the grocery store chain announced today. Public officials say the change applies to all Publix associates, both vaccinated and unvaccinated. The company said it will encourage but not require customers to wear masks inside the stores as well. And for those wondering where Publix sits on the vaccine mandate, the company says they continue to encourage, but at this time not require its associates to get the vaccine. If you are going to be shopping at Walmart, the Arkansas-based store has also just announced that they too will require masks for their associates, but not for their customers.
Yeah, and that Walmart thing, it's only in hot spots too. So that's not even all Walmarts, just in areas where it's bad,
But that's all of our Walmarts,
right,
because unfortunately we're one of the states that accounts for 20% of the cases. All Walmarts.
I think when the CDC approval, the full approval comes through on the vaccine, I think you're going to see so many more businesses say, okay, it's mandatory now.
Yeah,
Because right now, where people can say, "Oh, it's only emergency approval," and that hesitancy. But for anyone who thinks the CDC was just rubber stamping this, I mean, they still have not given full approval on it.
I got a buddy that works for a municipality here around, and he's just, we were talking about this last night of whether that was going to be dropped on them or not, where the mandatory goes. He has, he's one of the guys that doesn't want to get it right now, and he's facing that same exact situation. And I'm like, it's coming, buddy. And he's like, well, I don't know, because, my county doesn't have like a mayor like Orange County's has. So there's no edict from the mayor, and it has to come. There can't be. It comes from like the health department, and and even then, it would be passed down even to their area. So it would be like his department would have to decide whether or not it was
it would have to be, it would, because the federal government just required that, because now your postal workers are struggling with that whole vaccine thing. But in the meantime, we did talk yesterday about the fact that you're going to see masks at Walt Disney World parks this weekend. Well, Universal Orlando employees are also now required to wear masks in the park as well. Officials say team members will wear masks while working indoors in guest areas. The mandate goes into effect like Disney tomorrow. Meanwhile, the positivity rate in Orange County is over 15.5%. So while we're talking about what masks you're going to see at theme parks, we talked earlier this week during Woke News about what mask policies are going to be in most schools here in Central Florida. Orange County, Seminole County have both said it would be up to the parents. Well, if you happen to live in a county that should decide that your child will have to wear a mask in school, our governor, Ron DeSantis, says he's signing an executive order that will prevent school districts from making masks mandatory for students. Speaking at a restaurant in Cape Coral, DeSantis said the order will protect the rights of parents to decide whether their children should wear masks in school. The Republican added a new law he signed gives him the authority to block school mask mandates. School systems across Florida, for a lot of them, are still debating this very issue, because later on in Woke News, if we get a chance to cover it, is what the CDC is now saying about the Delta variant and how much it's changed. Like, it's not even, they're saying, it's so different from the original virus. It's almost like they're fighting a brand new virus, which it is. The variant is not the same as the beginning, and this virus has learned along the way. They said it's spreading it can spread as quickly as chickenpox, and it hits you a lot harder, a lot sooner.
Chickenpox, if I remember reading right this morning, the second most contagious virus that we've experienced so far, the most being the measles. And they think this approaches those levels, that easy to contract in that whole chickenpox world. And you remember back in the day, parents would let their kids play with each other so that they could get the chickenpox because it was easily survivable.
Right.
But you got the antibodies and didn't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, but I don't think they knew about shingles back then.
Yeah.
No,
I don't want
God,
that.
no.
That's a whole different machine.
No, man. David Letterman almost...
That vaccine, man, if that was free, I'd be getting it. But, man, that ain't cheap.
Still, though, it's worth it. I mean, David Letterman almost went blind from shingles because, of course, when shingles strikes, it's not up to you. It just happens to be wherever on the end of those nerve endings that virus happens to be sitting when it decides to flare up.
It's supposed to be crazy painful.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, crazy painful. That's what I've heard before. So hearing that this is as contagious as that.
They got to change the name shingles. Because that sounds like a horse's name. Like shingles sounds kind of cute. Sounds like a baseball player's nickname.
Sounds like a 70s country song about a dog that got rabid.
Yeah.
It certainly doesn't sound as threatening as it is, but if you ever know anyone who's had it, and the amount of pain and the weeks, in some cases, of not being able to wear clothing or have anything touch that area of your skin, it's pretty scary. We do know that for a lot, like in Ohio, these lotteries, hey, we'll give you $1 million.
The vaccination lotteries.
The vaccination lotteries have been very popular all over the country, but they're not going to be happening here. Earlier this week, the president had suggested that states with vaccination rates not quite where they wanted should encourage folks to get vaccinated for $100. Governor DeSantis feels it's a waste of taxpayer money. The governor's office also says rewarding residents with money from the federal COVID relief fund is something that needs to be approved by the legislature. All right, plans for a rocket launch are on hold. United Launch Alliance announced yesterday it was postponing. The launch was supposed to happen today at 2:53 p.m. from the Kennedy Space Center. Boeing's Starliner capsule was set to blast off to the International Space Station, but ULA says a situation on board the ISS led to the postponement. Interesting, their choice of words, isn't it?
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like a Mike Myers movie pitch. Okay, so get this right. We're going to be on the ISS. The Russians are going to show up, and they're going to bump the damn thing and put us out of. And then Austin Powers has to come in and save the day.
I mean,
it sounds like a corny movie.
Well, ULA says it's working with Boeing and NASA to reschedule the launch. For those who did not hear yesterday during Woke News, it was breaking news that a Russian science module that had been launched 8 days ago from Kyrgyzstan started firing its thrusters without permission yesterday, and it took the ISS out of the necessary orbit to be able to connect with the Starliner, so it postponed today's launch.
What a ding-dong move.
I think they should have to give us some of their Olympic medals.
Oh, they should have to give us a whole bunch. They should have to pay for at least 1 or 2 launches.
Don't you mean ding-a-dong?
Ding-a-dong.
Even worse, they have to pass a drug test.
Yeah, no dope.
All right, parents.
That is the on-the-ground version of thinking your car is in park and then driving it into your garage door.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Has anyone started drug testing their cosmonauts?
They should think about it. They should think about it. All right, Florida's parents, good news. Back to school sales tax holiday begins this weekend, and it's 10 days this year.
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm going to go buy a notebook.
Shoppers won't have to pay the sales tax on most school supplies selling for $15 or less. The holiday means most school supplies are exempt from the state's 6% sales tax. Items like binders, lunch boxes, and calculators are included. Also included are clothing, footwear, and accessories costing $60 or less, and the first $1,000 of the price of computers and accessories. The tax holiday starts tomorrow and runs through August 9th. The holiday is part of a $196 million tax package approved in April. But the biggest warning that I heard recently from retail experts are that those parents who maybe put off until the very end to get those supplies and see if they can get really those bang-up markdowns, the closer school gets, because of supply chain issues that we've been having with everything from toilet paper to ad nauseum. They're really warning parents, don't wait this year. Of all the years.
Yeah, don't wait.
Of all the years to not leave your back-to-school shopping for the last minute, it's this year, because when they sell out, there might not be any coming for a long time.
I used to be militant about it. I mean, the Walgreens, the coupons, the BOGO deals, the Sunday circular, I would check all the deals and just stock up on stuff. Whatever my kid needs, and then the rest, donate the back-to-school drives or something.
Right.
Now it's just like, here's 20, go get what you need.
Now,
guy.
When you say 60, is
I'm
it
done.
each item has to be under 60? Not the total order, though, right?
No, like you're looking at a pair of jeans.
Got it.
And they're $48.
Got it.
That means you're not going to pay sales tax.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of businesses, real quick, I wanted to talk about an Orlando nightclub that is iconic in the city of Orlando, and it has a new home.
Oh, what's that?
Owners of the Parliament House.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
baby.
Announced yesterday they're moving to South Orange Avenue at the former City Arts Factory. So that's kind of like right in the heart of downtown Orlando.
I think that's going to go well with the bros.
That's going to be awesome.
And it's ironically right next to SAC.
Yeah.
What's up?
No details were announced.
By the way, that's SAC with no C.
Yeah, exactly.
SAC Comedy Lab.
But they say on Facebook more of their plans will be released in the coming weeks. The gay nightclub had been on Orange Blossom Trail for how many decades before closing in November? Exactly.
It was there 40, 50 years, whatever the hell it was.
You cannot live in this city and not have driven by that original property and been told some stories.
I do have to tell you, it is going to be very interesting to see the stereotypical downtown crowd interact with the stereotypical Parliament House crowd. It's going to be kind of fun to watch. Look, it'll be great, man. It's a very party environment down there.
Yeah, it is.
This is going to be the best Sharks versus Jets ever. This is
because they do insane events. I mean, when you go to Parliament House back in the day, when you got back into the back of the property and they would do those concerts, man, you'd have like
not to mention the balconies and the rooms and the doors being left open. And oh my God, what are they doing?
A lot of that.
This makes me overwhelmingly happy
I'm
because one of my complaints about downtown is that like there's a damn Taco Bell cantina now. And I'm like, God, I wish we had some history, a little bit more culture. Bang.
Yeah.
Key House is coming to downtown Orlando. Let's go.
And the building is a like a historic building. They're clearing it out to kind of bring it back to life and do the thing.
I thought this was pretty cool, too. Polk County business is getting some national recognition.
All right.
This is in Lakeland. Born and bred, as in BREAD, you know, what you eat. Born and Bred Bakehouse was recently included in Forbes magazine Next 1000 list. Forbes says the list consists of entrepreneurs who have less than $10 million in revenue, but they have infinite drive and hustle. Jen Smurr started the bakery on South Florida Ave in 2015, and she recently told Fox 13 News in Lakeland that she's grateful for her team and the community for making this honor possible. So if you're out in Polk County over on the West Coast, check out Born and Bred Bakehouse.
Nice.
A couple of one quick national note, because we know there's been a real battle over whether or not what was going to happen with this, but unfortunately the CDC's most recent extension of the eviction ban ends tomorrow. Now, any future extensions on the moratorium have been hampered by the Supreme Court, and the White House is insisting it doesn't have the authority to do anything about this. Justices on the nation's highest court recently kept the ban, but also said that the CDC went beyond its authority and it wouldn't extend the ban again. Congress has to get involved. It has to be congressional action, or tomorrow let the evictions begin.
I think President Biden called on them personally today to make a move so that that moratorium can at least stay around for a little bit longer as we see another rush with this COVID.
We do, because, again, it's going to be hard.
140 or 50,000 people affected by that. I believe it just in Florida, the South. Something that was the number I saw initially. It was just a whole bunch of families looking at some bad times.
And that's been the biggest worry, really, since the beginning of the pandemic, is that was going to be the next tidal wave of need that we were going to see. Remember how the food insecurity and Second Harvest Food Bank went from doing 200,000 meals a day to 400,000 meals a day.
You think there's going to be a flood of properties on the market because the real estate market was so hot, there aren't a lot of properties to buy. Yeah. But when some of these owners start evicting people, they may turn around and sell their properties.
Yeah, part of the story I read that had that number of how many families could be affected. One of the parts of that story was that now there's also another showing of rents being missed. So that's starting to increase as well. That mortgage payments are now starting to be missed again. So I don't know, man. I don't know where that comes from because this new rush is so fresh.
I know.
You wouldn't think we would already have news like this now. It would be like 2 months from now.
Exactly. So let's do real quick a fun story. 2 endangered Galapagos tortoises are using virtual dating to find love during the pandemic. That's right. It hits everyone.
Nice.
Hugo the tortoise has lived at the Australian Reptile Park in Somersby, Australia since 1963, but he's finally ready to find his soulmate at the ripe age of 70.
I am.
His match, Estrella, was supposed to join Hugo from Germany last year, but COVID-19 quarantine measures prevented them from meeting in person. Now, with her due to join Hugo in September, caretakers have organized virtual dates to introduce the future couple in hopes the two will be in love head over heels by the time she arrives. Now,
she can have eggs or have babies at like 70, 80 years old?
Oh, well, I don't know if she's that old. He's 70. Now, park representatives did confirm that after their very first FaceTime date, the, quote, chemistry was off the charts.
Palpable,
end quote.
Huh? Nice. I like that.
I don't believe it.
You still got it at 70 there, Hugo?
Yeah, I do. It's so good.
Very nice. You sound exhausted.
Oh, it's just so many eggs.
Yeah.
Please end me.
That turned morbid very quickly.
It really did, man. It was a feel-good story, and
it went from you being super excited about possibly getting some turtle ass to getting Kevorkian.
Well, I found out that it was a screen.
God, stop that, man. You sound like the alien in Independence Day.
I haven't seen it.
It's that bad.
What?
I'm a turtle. I can't be allowed in theaters.
And now you all are officially woke. Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. And, Jack just had a really good question. What is going to happen with his eviction moratorium? And is that going to affect the inventory of homes that are out there? That mortgage guy, Don, can really, truly help you make sense of everything you hear about with the mortgage market. He helped Chris and I buy our dream home in Mount Dora, and we wouldn't have worked with anyone else. And tomorrow morning, when you're out doing errands, maybe getting those school supplies, give it a listen from 9 to 10:30 a.m. when Don answers your text questions live on the air when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show right here on 104.1 every Saturday morning. Again, that's homeloansradio.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Never forget this day.
The eggs.
Because you said, I'm a turtle. I'm not allowed in theater. Back with Immers Only right after this.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everybody, good Friday to you. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King and now Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you on the weather for the rest of our Friday right here in Central Florida. Hot and humid, low mid-90s for highs. The heat index is high as 106 today. Clouds increase just a smidge for us as we course through 2 o'clock. Got a rain chance 40%, some widely scattered showers and storms return today. 77, clearing late tonight, warm and muggy. We'll keep it dry for your Saturday and Sunday. Hot highs in the mid-90s, rain chance 40%, both days lows in the upper 70s. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Summer is here, and Audible is ready. Whether it's about road trips or just a return to your daily commute, stream bestsellers, new releases, great originals, and podcasts all in one app. Try it free for 30 days at audible.com.
Guys, Tools Ace Hardware is your place for paint. Ace, the only national retailer carrying Benjamin Moore premium paints. My favorite paint, my wife's favorite paint, will be yours as well. Their trained, knowledgeable paint department specialists will make your paint project easy to complete. Choose from thousands of beautiful and timeless colors right there in their color centers, or let us match your existing wall color or decor with their precision color matching software. And check it out, when you purchase a color sample, you'll get $5 off when you come back and buy paint. And on top of that, with that extra mile promise they have at Tools Ace Hardware, they promise to get you everything you need for your paint project in just one trip, or they'll deliver it to you for free. Shop at any of their 11 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or find them online at toolsacehardware.com.
Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic. Like
going to the beach.
Going to the beach with a delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy milkshake. And
binging season 3 of that show.
Binging season 3 of that show with a tasty Chips Ahoy smoothie. Whatever you're doing this summer, make it epic. Chips Ahoy milkshakes, smoothies, and sundaes are here. Crafted to crave at Wawa.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
If you need a roof, don't pay more, pay less with Parliament Roofing. Nobody beats Parliament Roofing's prices, and if they can't get you approved, no one can. Call now for your free estimate with payments starting as low as $135 per month. Call pound 250 from a mobile phone and say the keyword Roof Me Now and get $500 off your new roof. That's pound 250 and say the keyword Roof Me Now for $500 off your new roof. Pound 250 Roof Me Now. Parliament Roofing. Nobody puts a quality roof on for less. Nobody.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
No matter the challenges, We were there with a stronger, more reliable energy grid.
When our community struggled, we were there with flexible payment arrangements and other support.
And as the sun comes out, bringing the promise of a brighter tomorrow, we will still be here.
With energy that's reliable, affordable, and cleaner than ever, we're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RxAwareness.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
This is about as good as it gets. Like and follow at Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Big thanks to the Girl Scouts who brought over some cookies and milk today. That was very sweet of them. Did you guys get some?
Just finished my milk, and I'm getting ready to dip into my shortbreads.
It's a back-to-school Girl Scout cookie drive that they were doing. The Citrus troops have had a difficulty selling their cookies, which have caused funding challenges for many of the troops. Currently in overstock of cookies, over 17,000 cases due to the pandemic, and the Girl Scouts of Citrus have partnered together with Florida dairy farmers and Borden Dairy to help sell the cookies. Two events coming up this weekend. Waterford Lake Sunday, August 1st from 11 to 4 next to the East Orange County Farmers Market. And next weekend at the Florida Mall, they're giving away free gallons of milk when you buy 4 boxes of cookies, up to 2,000 gallons. Every box is only $5, so try it out. Girl Scout cookies, of course, a staple here in the U.S. And they dropped off some. We have some lemon cookies. We have some s'mores.
Well, not only that,
shortbreads.
We had regular milk, chocolate milk, strawberry milk. It was like going back to kindergarten.
Skim and whole milk, by the way. Skim and whole.
Yeah, white milk and pink milk and brown milk.
I just remember it was, take you back to those days in childhood when you're sitting there with your regular milk, jealously looking at all the kids with the chocolate or the strawberry.
Let me tell you something, man. If you had chocolate milk if you had chocolate milk as a kid,
you were rich.
If you brought friends over and your mom came out and said, "Would you guys like some chocolate milk?" those friends would immediately denounce their own parents as their parents and ask to be adopted by you. Chocolate milk was like currency when you were a kid. It was. You remember how great the treats were? They were so simple, just a simple popsicle. You would work in the yard for a day just to get a popsicle. Now you can't get these sons of bitches out of their bedroom to even pick up their own S around the house. And that's if you give them $50 a day, you bastards.
Icy Pops, colored sugar water that you put in the freezer. It was like 10 cents each.
Man, that was the greatest scam ever as a kid. I would do anything. Baby, could you climb up there and fight that leopard? What for? Strawberry Icy Pop. I'm like, leopard schmeppard, here I go. Shirtless, toothless, idiotic redneck kid, jean shorts, climbing up a telephone pole to fight a jaguar for a nickel. That's what I think is a nickel.
You're talking about the ones with like the sharp edges, right?
Yeah. The ones, if you're smart, what you do is you hold it in your hand for a second to get it to melt a little bit.
Yeah.
So that the ice inside just keeps the juice super cold, and you just bite a corner off of it, and then you suck it out of there little by little.
Yep.
Good.
There's a lot of times where I cut my
We all did. We all did
right?
on those corners.
You get those Joker scars.
Because you take the top off of it, and then you put the whole thing in your mouth, and you pull it out, and you're like, oh, damn, I forgot that plastic is sharp.
And you're so stupid as a kid. You're like, it's just plastic. It can't cut.
Right.
Not thinking you've been cut by paper before. I mean, not figuring that in there, but you can certainly do that. Oh, my God, what you do for a kid. And when the ice cream truck came around, and you were allowed to get an ice cream because it was a special day in my world when the ice cream truck came around and we were allowed to actually get something from the ice cream truck, we wouldn't even know how to think about that day. Like if you could buy a Rocket Pop, and everybody would buy the Rocket Pops because the Rocket Pops would last for an hour, because it's just a solid block of sugar ice is all it really was.
I don't remember those.
Oh, man. God, they're the greatest. The thing was like the big around is almost the end of a baseball bat, maybe a little bit smaller than that, or like a paper towel tube. And it was like 6 inches long. It was like different flavors.
Okay.
No, that was a push-up.
That's a push-up pop.
Push-up pop. Those weren't bad, but nothing like a Rocket Pop.
The red, white, and blue one, right?
Yeah, the greatest.
Oh, that's a Rocket Pop?
Yeah.
You see them in the Kroger commercials, the claymation commercials. The kids on the bench are eating them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, before the ice cold truck shows up.
Oh, God. You ever experienced ice cream truck, Ross?
I did. In fact, I still do. There's an ice cream truck that straight bumps its tunes in my neighborhood.
Oh, man, that is a gift.
That's how you know I'm working class.
All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text the show at 77031. We do have your first keyword coming up here in just 1 second, and you will get that hint. And then, of course, you text that to 200-200. First, let's do Embers Only.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Embers Only brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. 3 locations to serve you: Heathrow, downtown, and of course out on Sand Lake Road. Just real quick before we get to this, somebody just texted and said, y'all got to try banana milk with your cookies. And to that I say, I don't.
But I'm thinking about it.
So Embers Only, of course, the guys over at Corona Cigar, always giving you great heads ups on great cigars. Not to mention they have everything you need for that lifestyle, whether it be a lighter, a great humidor, you have your cutters, everything that comes with it. Plus, you have the wonderful spirits as well to enjoy with your wonderful cigar.
And if you go to one of their locations, you also have a great place to sit and people watch.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure.
One of the best. My favorite thing about Corona Cigars and all of their locations is the no judgment you will get when someone like me walks in and goes like, all right, so what's the difference between that one and like this one?
Yeah.
And they are so excited to answer any cigar question.
Absolutely. They do not rub on you if you're a noob. They want you to make sure that you get exactly what you want, whether it be medium or new beginner cigar or something, a little bit more hot.
No, they love a good cigar conversation.
They do, actually. It's kind of cool. Well, this week's cigar is the Atabey. And, of course, you've had the Atabey before. This is actually a very special cigar. Atabey stands for, it's the supreme deity of the Taino Indians. It comes from Costa Rica, a really nice medium cigar, and they're kind of expensive. This cigar is $26. I smoked one coming in today because I have about a 40-minute ride coming in. I did not want to put this cigar out. You smoke about an inch of this thing, and it starts getting this beautiful, rich, spicy, almost fruity kind of banana-esque flavors. It is absolutely delicious. The ring size is a little big for me, but it didn't matter because the smoke is so good, you can't not love it. I mean, really is. It is a special cigar. Like I said, they're $26 a piece. But this is one of those things where you have a very special time afterwards, get something really nice to drink, and sit down with one of these cigars and really enjoy it.
So I got one of these cigars at the Corona Embers Only live event. They gave these out in the VIP bags, and I snagged one. And I remember I showed up to an open mic smoking one, right?
Yeah.
This is an open mic, so there's like a lot of young, new comics, and everyone looked at me and went, well, that guy's the best comedian in the city.
Right, he's got a cigar.
Look how big that cigar is. Is this guy famous? What the hell? It's one of those cigars where it's a looker.
It is. When you get it, it's really good. You get that great hickory spice, maple pepper, molasses. There's a lot of other great flavors as well. These are actually kind of compared to the Cuban style of cigars from the 80s, so I think you'll really enjoy it. It is the Atabay. Grab it today. It is your cigar of the week, courtesy of Corona Cigar. 3 locations to serve you, right there at Heathrow, downtown Orlando, and on Sand Lake Road. And, of course, you can always find them right there online at coronacigar.com. Jack's Olympic Update is next. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show. Your chance to win $1,000 is just minutes away on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Accident delays continue eastbound on I-4 between Park Street and Fairbanks Avenue. The right lane is still blocked there, and we're seeing delays back to Princeton Street. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway to State Road 535. Westbound travel solid between World Drive and 429, and now we're seeing delays heading south on 429. It's stop and go from Sinclair Road up to I-4. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Summer is here, and Audible is ready. Whether it's about road trips or just a return to your daily commute, stream bestsellers, new releases, great originals, and podcasts all in one app. Try it free for 30 days at audible.com.
Come to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex to learn more about the future of the Artemis program. Check this out, man. Artemis is the next human space program for NASA. The goal, landing the first female and first person of color astronauts on the moon's south pole. They're going to do that by 2024. It's the U.S. Space Agency's first crewed moon mission since Apollo 17 way back in 1972. And, of course, once they're there, they're going to study the surface of the moon, establish sustainable exploration, and, of course, prepare to go to Mars. And, of course, you can see all that unfold right there at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We love this place. You will as well. So many great things to see and learn and be amazed by, and you can do it right now. Just get your tickets and learn more. KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Brave the hunt alongside the fastest, most fearsome hunters who've ever lived. On the new Jurassic World Velocicoaster, the apex predator of coasters. Now open at Universal Orlando Resort. Visit universalorlando.com for important safety guidelines.
Real Radio 104.1 wants to send you to Universal Orlando Resort. We have your chance to win a prize package to explore their incredible theme parks. Log on to realradio.fm/contest for your chance to win.
Murder in Illinois is the new true crime podcast that attempts to answer the question, who really killed the Vaughn family? In 2007, Chris Vaughn's wife and 3 children were found murdered in their SUV. Chris was arrested and convicted, though he claims to have no memory of the events.
Both the prosecution's theory and the defense's theory are incorrect. That's not how it happened.
So how did it happen, Ryan?
Listen to Murder in Illinois on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Anytime, all the time is your time.
No matter what time it is, Amscot is ready when you are. Come cash your check for lower fees than most places. Anytime. With more 24-hour locations than ever.
Amscot.
Can you name the 3 habits of healthy hygiene? We shower, we brush our teeth, and we... Wait a minute. What third habit? Think about it. The pandemics reminded us that the nose is your body's filter against a constant invasion of airborne germs. Your nose traps allergens, bacteria, and viruses, but like any filter, the more it's clogged up, the less it works. Now it's easy to clean your nose with Navage. My name's Martin Hoke, and I did not invent nasal irrigation. It's been around thousands of years, but I did invent Navage to make nasal irrigation easy for everyone. Navage uses powered suction to flush out germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you very sick. People love Navage. It has 4.7 stars with over 70,000 online reviews. And over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and select Walmarts. Make cleaning your nose your third habit. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
At Walgreens, we're committed to the fight against COVID-19. That's why we offer no-cost, contactless COVID-19 testing with same-day results at thousands of locations nationwide for patients ages 3 and up. Our pharmacy experts have administered millions of tests and are here to help when you need us. Schedule your COVID-19 test at no cost to you at walgreens.com/COVID-19 testing.
No cost to you with most insurance or government assistance. For ages 3 and up at select test locations. Test results turnaround time may vary by location depending on test type.
This Saturday only, get 50% off jeans for women and kids at Old Navy. This one-day deal isn't one to miss. Grab 50% off jeans for women and kids this Saturday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 7/31. Select styles only.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Angel from the Monsters. You know how I feel about craft beers, and one of the best spots to go get you some is Tampa Bay. Why don't you plan a trip out to Tampa Bay? And while you're out there, sign up for Bay Crafted Pass. With the Bay Crafted Pass, you can earn yourself a pint glass, a t-shirt. All you have to do is go to baycrafted.com. You sign up there, put your information there, and you can earn yourself a pint glass or a t-shirt. While you're in Tampa Bay, make sure you visit Cigar City. Make sure you visit Motorworks. Tampa Bay, best concentration of craft breweries in Central Florida, and it's brought to you by Bay Crafted, baycrafted.com. Sign up now.
Florida residents get in for only $14.99 now through the end of July at Gatorland.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio 104.1 has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword GREEN, 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 to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and information. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's GREEN to 200-200. And may your efforts bear fruit.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 1.
Hit on my head, man. I just saw that thing.
And then Drake just comes in.
Black leather glove, no sequins. Look at that thing, man. Look at that. How bad is that? God, I'm only like 50. I shouldn't be getting like zits, right? You get zits on your head at that age?
You can't even see it.
Get out of here. You can't see it. It looks like an effing horn. What do you mean you can't see it?
Yeah, looking like a Harry Potter creature.
He can see it.
Yeah. You're my Patronus now.
407-916-1041. Text us back at 77031. Was that a video game reference?
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it. Sure.
What was it? Tell me, because it could drive me crazy.
No, there's no explaining it to you if you're not.
And I don't know how to spell it. Look it up.
It's a type of tequila.
All right, 407. Thanks, Jack. Jack's always there for me. See?
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man. You're the sweetest, Jack. Let's get your Olympic update, buddy.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, your keyword is green, GREEN. Text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. 4 o'clock keyword, green.
Here we go with our, Day 7 Olympic update. Spoiler free. It was a big night last night. Big weekend ahead. This is the weekend. Track and field starts. Gymnastics still going on. Oh, it's all happening. I love it. I'm here for it.
Damn, dude, easy.
Damn. Needs an
I'm doing nothing
blood
this
vessel.
year. I'm just watching. I'm watching Olympics this weekend. All right, so here we go. Last night, looking back, big congratulations to American gymnast from Minnesota.
Suni Lee
Yeah.
made the most of her opportunity.
Full name is Sunisa, right? Sunisa Lee?
And I believe she is Hmong as well, which was a very large population of Hmong in Green Bay. And her win has brought a lot of pride to the Hmong community in Minneapolis.
That's awesome,
I
man.
saw that in an interview, so I looked it up to see what that meant and learned that it was, I guess, refugees from Laos and Vietnam and in the late 70s, and they have different Hmong communities.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, 500,000 now in the States. And so that her family was all watching live. And so that whole community came together, and there were like 300. They were like, what NBC has been doing is they have cameras in the houses of the major athletes, and so they had one in their house and telling the story of her family. And so for last night, for her, for Suni competing in the all around, their viewing party grew to like 300, so they moved it to like a rec hall.
Oh wow!
They have videos of them the moment she wins gold, and you can actually see that at JimColbertLive.com, the reaction video for them. Here is Suni Lee clinching.
And it's Suni Lee who's in the top spot. She is going to win the Olympic all-around gold medal.
Welcome to the most exclusive gymnastics club, Suni.
There you go, Nastasia Lukin, the winner from 2008. So she knows all about that. And there's a lot of talk, and they featured with her dad. Her dad is now paralyzed, 2 years in a chair, because part of that community, one of their friends had a daughter getting married, needed help. He went over to help trim the tree, fell out of the tree, ended up getting paralyzed. So that was his story, and, NBC is not one to leave a good story untold.
No. And them putting cameras in those houses is smart, because if they win, they get the story, and if they lose, they get a great story.
Absolutely.
You get both sides of that equation, which is great.
You think that ruins the wedding?
Yeah, it might have put a little damper on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, here is Suni talking about the advice she got from her dad.
He just told me to do what I normally do, go out there and do my best. He told me not to focus on the scores or anything like that, because in their hearts I was already a winner, and they were just so proud of me no matter what.
And that's what you're supposed to tell your kids.
Is it? Are you
Jimmy's just learning that now.
Don't come back with anything but gold, baby.
Always,
just keep walking. If you don't, just keep walking right out of there and hope that some Russian family finds you.
I used to, when I was a bartender over at the Cove over in Satellite Beach, we're talking in the 90s, I had an old guy used to come in, and he, his wife would order for him, and he would only mumble a couple things. He'd say, always do your best. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. And that's all he would say, never give up. I guess that's what he was reminding himself, never give up. He was an older guy. He'd sit at the bar and all he did was mumble, never give up. And so I always told my kids, always do your best and never give up.
That's right.
If you apply both of those things, everything's going to work out.
That's right. If you can do the best you can absolutely do, if you try as absolutely hard as you can, that's really all you can do. You're just going to put it out there for what you got, and that's it.
Here's more from the gold medalist.
This medal definitely means a lot to me, because there was a point in time where I wanted to quit, and I just didn't think I would ever get here, including injuries and stuff.
So there you go.
Congratulations.
She did. It was great to watch. Again, I knew the outcome. It would have been cooler if I didn't, but it's the thing you do. I guess the next Summer Olympics will be in Paris. Now they're 6 hours ahead or so it'll be interesting to see how NBC does that, because NBC has had the Olympics wrapped up for quite a while. Oh, billions they spend on that. So here we go. In the pool, swimming, Caleb Dressel, again from Florida, Green Cove, sets an Olympic record in the 100-meter butterfly. But this was a semifinal. So the final matches, you get that excitement. He set the record, but it was a semifinal of, where the top 8 in all the semifinals will advance into the final match. Now, you can tell it's a semifinal just by Dan Hicks on the call. Although it's an Olympic record, but you can hear the fact that, it's not the final.
It's not the final.
Dressel way out in front, and the world record line starting to drift away just a little bit. He is close as he comes to the wall, 49.71. It's a new Olympic record for Dressel.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, it's a new Olympic.
Sucks, man. It's still an Olympic record.
It's a new Olympic record for Dressel.
That sucks. Well, that was the worst possible way to frame that. I love that guy. I think he does a great job, but that's a terrible way to frame that, man. That's quite an accomplishment.
Well, and it's just, I guess he has so you have your heats, you have your semifinals, then you have your finals.
Right.
And for the finals, that's all the excitement. So it's like he doesn't get in that gear. Dan Hicks doesn't get in that gear unless it's a final. So it's the semifinals. Yeah, it's a new Olympic record. Pass me a donut, please.
He could have given him something like, well, that's a little bittersweet. That is a new Olympic record.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's wasted on the semi. I mean, you could have had something with it.
I think that's a little worse.
It still
it's not worse. It's better.
Your version was he just wasted it.
No, I didn't say wait. Well, I did say wasted it. That's not what I meant. But I did.
Well, it still counts as an Olympic record.
Sure,
Caleb Dressel is the holder of it, and he does advance. But, so it remains to be seen if he will get the gold. More swimming tonight. Also in the pool last night, Lily King and Annie Laser. This was a really neat story. Again, NBC doing a great job with the backstory on their friendship. They get silver and bronze in the women's 200-meter breaststroke. They trained together at Indiana University. Annie Laser was ready to give up swimming and then, and actually took a job in the athletic department and then said, if I could train with Lily King, I'd do that. And she did. Lily King is the gold medalist from Rio.
Mm-hmm.
So she took her under her wing and they formed a really tight bond, including Lily King traveling 5 hours to go to the funeral service for Laser's dad, which, sad in itself. But they were just elated and they took silver and bronze. And so congratulations to them.
And I think even better, was that the same race where the woman who won the race also set like a record of some sort, and they immediately, all the competitors swam over to her to give her a hug and embrace her because, and that's
the South African swimmer, and
the
her
spirit
face
of
was shocked.
The spirit of competition is exactly that. You just like you said, you gave it your best.
Yeah.
You swam as hard as you possibly could. You got beat, and then in the context of that, someone sets a record. Why not give that congratulations? And I thought that was actually very cool. That's really what the Olympics is about.
And Jimmy, what was neat is it was a South African swimmer, Schumacher, and then another South African came over, and the two American swimmers. So they were all congratulating, including Lily King. Now, Lily King, we know she's the one who, before a race, she's kind of a little brash. She'll stare down her opponent. She makes noise. She plays the head game ahead of time. But once it's over, you can tell she's she's a good sport, and she was actually happy with the silver, and that her close friend Annie Laser got the bronze. Congratulations to them. Ryan Murphy medaled in the 200-meter backstroke. He won gold back in Rio. He took home the silver behind Russia's Rilo. Speaking of Russia, as you know, they've been banned from the Olympics due to widespread doping, right? But the athletes are still competing.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, but it's under the
Russian Olympic Committee.
Russian Olympic Committee. So they can't fly the Russian flag. So it's the Olympic Committee flag, but it says, it's Russia. So, I mean, they're all competing, but it's not
for the country, Russia. Yeah, they don't get the accolades of their athletes winning.
Guess what? I guess Putin's still going to claim the victory.
Right, exactly.
So check this out.
There was drama, though.
A reporter asked Russian tennis player Daniel Medvedev.
Yeah, Medvedev.
Medvedev.
God bless you. You clean it up.
He said if he felt the country's athletes carried a stigma of cheaters. The reporter asked him. And the Russian tennis player told the reporter, I'm talking now. It's the first time in my life. I'm not going to answer a question, and you should be embarrassed of yourself. I don't want to see you again. So he kind of got in his face and,
he lost his mind
pushed
about it.
back. Yeah.
And I think one of the swimmers also didn't make an accusation at a team member, but did say question the results, and a Russian swimmer was in that group. I mean, I think the Russian swimmer won and called the race's credibility into question because of possible more doping.
Oh, wow. They're just being Russian.
Right, exactly. So not surprised.
Phenomenal documentary on Netflix, Icarus, is kind of the story of how the doping scandal and state-sponsored doping scandal breaks open.
That's the documentary credited with kind of cracking the case.
And you can watch it. It's insane and a phenomenal documentary.
Around the games, Zhihu Hu of China set 3 Olympic records, won the gold medal in the women's 49K weightlifting competition. But the Chinese embassy is focused on the photo that the press used, right? They were pissed about this because the Chinese embassy in Sri Lanka tweeted that Reuters had put politics and ideologies above sports by using a picture of Hugh that only shows how ugly they are, in quotes.
All right. How about some confidence there?
Get out of here. That's so bad, man.
You can
So
see
they called their own athlete ugly?
I put the pictures in question. This story is at JimColbertLive.com. You can see it. We're talking weightlifting. If you are showing weightlifting in action, you're not getting the prettiest face, right?
No, it looks like a BM.
That's not where you go to look cute.
All right.
No, exactly. That's a bowel movement.
Yeah, they use an action photo, and so the embassy was calling out Reuters about that. Now, none of Hugh's accomplishments were mentioned by the embassy. Did you see the picture?
I'm with China on this one. It is a terrible photograph. It's kind of funny though. It is a horrible photograph. You're right. It looks like, you know what? It looks like somebody just threw that at her and she caught it and just started feeling the pain.
I posted a couple other pictures. There's one of her smiling and one obviously holding the medal because she is the gold medalist. She's wearing a mask in that one. So much more happening. So it's all happening this weekend. Let's just skip ahead. Medal count. USA leads with 41 overall, but China expanded their lead with most gold. They have 19 gold. US has 14. So we're actually falling a little further behind. We had a bunch of bronze and silvers yesterday, but Japan is also doing extremely well with 17 gold. That's, I think, ties their very best. Tonight in prime time, live coverage of heat semifinals in track and field, group stage, beach volleyball for the men's, and more swimming.
Golf as well. I think Xander Schauffele actually shot 63 yesterday to take the lead in the golf tournament. So if he has another good round, we could take home gold in golf as well.
McIlroy, I think, had a birdie eagle 3-hole set as well, playing for Ireland.
Yeah, he played a really good round yesterday, but, I mean, Xander shot a number. So they're going to have to run and get that guy's 11 under after 2 rounds. So we'll see what happens in Olympic golf as well.
JimColbertLive.com. You can see the Olympic update videos are up there.
Yeah, for sure. That's all good. Good content up there for sure. 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest. Buy from the best. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Well, officials still working to clear an accident causing big delays eastbound on I-4 between Park Street and Fairbanks Avenue. The right lane remains blocked, and we're seeing backups to Princeton Street. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway to State Road 535, and also between County Road 557 and Polk County up to 429. Westbound stop and go between World Drive and 429. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. In a world full of things you never thought possible, here's one more. Now you can get high-quality auto insurance from Allstate at a new low rate. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Wawa y Chips Ahoy han unido fuerzas para traerte bebidas hechas a mano para el verano. Gotta have a Wawa.
A SunTrust checking account lets you stay on top of your money and help it grow. Plant the seeds for your goals with access to financial resources and tools. Keep an eye on your spending, hedging and managing it by setting limits on our mobile app. And rake in cash back on debit card purchases from your favorite retailers with SunTrust deals. With all the right tools, your account can blossom. Open an account today at suntrust.com/checking. Must have online banking to participate in SunTrust deals. SunTrust, now Truist. Member FDIC.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. Save up to $1,000 on select Sleep Number 360 Smart Beds and adjustable bases. Plus free premium delivery and setup. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
Twin Peaks Orlando is hiring all positions, including line cooks and support staff. If you're interested in working in a fun and exciting environment, apply in person today at Lake Buena Vista, iDrive, or Altamont Springs. Or text TP Jobs to 85000. We look forward to seeing you soon.
The best used car selection, the best used car prices. That makes for the best used car event, period. $99 down delivers payments from $99 a month through Monday at Florida's #1 Nissan dealer, Sutherland Nissan Orlando. See dealer for details.
Is an AMSCOT cash advance right for you? Compare for yourself. Often, it can be less than the late fee on an overdue bill. With AMSCOT, you could get up to $500 on the spot with no credit check. AMSCOT. Some restrictions apply.
You do not want your AC to break down when it gets hot in the summertime in Central Florida, so make sure you get hold of Mills Air. They can help you with preventative maintenance on all brands. Preventative maintenance can save you so much money. They can detect upcoming breakdowns and you're not stuck. MillsAir.com. That's MillsAir.com.
The Dave single from Wendy's made with fresh, never frozen beef has the power to blow your mind. But now that the Dave single is buy one, get one for $1, as well as the spicy or classic chicken sandwich and the spicy or crispy 10-piece nuggets, Wendy's BOGO for $1 deal is gonna blow your mind and your speakers. Get these faves. BOGO $1 only at Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with combo or any other offer.
It's hot. It's humid. You wanted a relaxed pool party / barbecue. You got the human tsunami instead.
Cannonball!
Today, he's going for a world record splash that'll send inflatable swans into orbit. Dripping wet, you grab an ice cold can of Heineken.
Watch out!
When another man-child made wave embraces you.
Incoming!
It's okay, though. He's not splashing you. He's adding more refreshment to your refreshment. Heineken. Where others see annoying splashers, we see immediate refreshment. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy responsibly.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Happy birthday to the rebel that started a revolution that changed music, changed fashion, changed the world. MTV. Download the free iHeartRadio app and celebrate MTV at 40. Podcast with the pioneers of music television, sharing never-before-told stories. MTV at 40 playlist with the biggest songs from the year MTV debuted and the iconic MTV Unplugged playlist, along with the return of MTV's Behind the Music.
Oh, man, thank you, MTV.
MTV at 40. Available now on the free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
Rates as low as 1.99% and no payments for 120 days with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1 on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Hope you have a gigantic, fun weekend planned. Get out there and rip it up in this blazing heat.
Yeah.
I did hear we're supposed to have some kind of crazy lightning storms this weekend because of all the severe heat, maybe on the West Coast side. There's supposed to be some pretty good lightning this weekend.
I mean, we're looking at a high of 94 tomorrow.
Yeah, brutal, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is green, GREEN. Text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Again, 4 o'clock keyword is green, and this is the last day of this run. So we need a winner now, 5, 6, or 7. Something we can put on the books would be great.
Something that you can put on the books.
Yeah, no, we as a team here.
Yeah,
man.
we're a team.
Yeah,
We're a team.
no, sure. You said that we have somebody on the line that wants to talk about something?
Yeah, Jim, one of my favorite parts about this sweet, sweet job and being, kicking it with you guys Monday through Friday is that I love it when people call up and they are super pissed.
Super pissed.
And more importantly, not at us.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Hey, Jen, how are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good, Jim. The reason Ross is so sure that I'm pissed is because I kind of am in a little way. I'm a teacher for the Orange County Public Schools, and you were talking about how people are getting, the eviction notices and everything. I've paid my rent every month. I've been on time throughout COVID and everything like that. With our contracts and with everything going on with the CTA, the district is only wanting to give us a $25 cost of living increase for the entire year. All it is $25 added to your check or added to your however much you make per year. $25. My rent, which I have to renew my lease this month, is going up $300. So
but you're getting 25, right?
Yeah, that's a Chipotle date for two.
Exactly. That's not even a tank of gas.
I mean, exactly. I put for a tank of gas for me, and I'm in a little, Focus, is like $30. So $25 for the entire year is ridiculous.
So who instituted that? I didn't see anything about that anywhere. Did you guys see anything about that?
Well, actually, CTA in Orange County Public Schools are at impasse right now because they can't agree on the insurance. OCPS is trying to basically make our insurance go up higher, or working with the insurance company, and our insurance is going to go up higher if they pass it, and they come to an agreement. That's what they want to do, and then they don't really want to help out anymore, but they want us to pay more on the insurance.
The insurance being,
you know what I mean?
The insurance being the package that you get from the school system for like health, medical, things like that?
Exactly. So they want to pay more. Oh, don't get me started on the fact that if I add my husband, right now our insurance, that was last year's insurance, it's over $300 a paycheck.
Over $300 a paycheck. You guys get, so it's $600 more a month to add your husband?
Exactly.
Woof. How about kids?
Exactly. It's probably closer to about half that for kids, but still, it's a lot for a family. Like, my husband has jobs that he doesn't get health insurance. He works in the restaurant industry.
Right.
So they don't usually give health benefits and things like that.
Yeah.
So him having to be on my health insurance is going to be another $300+ a paycheck. My rent is going up to $1,532 next month.
God, money.
That's
Is that a house? Is that a house?
That's a paycheck.
Is that a house or an apartment?
That's an apartment.
An apartment.
That's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment.
Wow.
That's not including trash. That's not including utilities. That's not including, pet fees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've gone up $5 for trash, $5 for pet fees, and everything like that. They went up $300 just on the base rent.
Wow, man. Have you thought about maybe getting a new husband? A little joke there for you.
Yes,
Good,
we just had our second wedding anniversary. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, you guys are still newlyweds. Right about that time when you start thinking about trading them back in.
Now 5 more years, 7-year itch.
How old are you? Do you mind me asking?
I'm actually, I'm robbing the cradle. I'm 38.
Okay, you're 38 years old.
So how old's the husband?
My husband's Remy. He is 32.
Okay, very good.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. So, out of curiosity, how long have you been teaching?
I'm going into my 3rd year. I had taught previously for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then took a little bit of time away, and now I'm teaching again. So I'm going into my 3rd year of a kindergarten teacher.
Man, $25 for the years. It's actually, that's kind of an insult, isn't it?
No, not kind of.
If you did 25, if you did 25 a month, that would be $400 a year. That would still be an insult. That really still doesn't help. I mean, she just had her $1,500. Thanks, by the way, Jen. I appreciate your calling.
Hope you feel better.
$1,500 a month for rent. I think that's probably the average rent in Orlando right now, right?
It is.
For a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. My daughter actually just is about to get a roommate who's a professional, looking for somewhere to room up, because for one thing, even if you can find and open an apartment,
there you go.
That's half the battle. Just finding an apartment is one thing, and then finding somebody that you can actually tolerate to live with. But man, people are making more and more deals. Like this apartment complex my daughter lives in, they're dying for 1-bedrooms, and they're making deals with people in the building to get them out of 1-bedrooms and hopefully pairing them up with other people so they can get access to those rooms because they can make money. And the maximum money.
The worst part is something that I think a lot of people are experiencing with their companies. And that is, the prices for the products that you buy, be it food, gasoline, housing, they're all going up exponentially. But pay is not matching.
Raises are not keeping pace with inflation.
They really are not. And they haven't for a very long time.
And it's weird now because the cycle of how things like that happen, like you get this big problem in America that happened in the beginning of 2020. We're like, oh, we don't have any PPE. We don't have any PPE. Personal protection equipment for hospitals. We couldn't get masks. Nobody could get gloves, right? So now we have this next big COVID thing, and we're ready to go for this. I mean, we just ordered masks today for the house because we're kind of it was a preemptive strike. We kind of are assuming that a lot of these mandates are going to come back, and we need masks. I threw all my masks out when everything was done. I thought we were all done, right? So I threw them all out there, and a lot of the ones I had that were cloth were already kind of ruined already because I used them pretty well. So no problem getting them. $13, no problem. The problem is try to get something shipped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, try to get something shipped. We just learned that there is, for my wife's work, containers that were supposed to be here 3 weeks ago are still on the water, and they don't even really know what's going to happen with stuff like that. It's a real issue, man.
Everything's still stuck in that stupid canal?
No. That's great.
They finally cleared that thing out?
They just got that ship back. By the way, that guy just paid the fines so that ship could get released. By the way, all those containers with all of that stuff, I mean, was it 3,000 containers or something, or maybe even more?
The ship was taller than the Empire State Building.
Right, it was full of containers, and that thing just sat there. All those goods and all those products were still paid for, ready to go. I mean, those were products ready to be distributed to customers that sat there for months.
Great news! Your Dodgers World Championship gear is in.
Man, for you guys, I mean, the retail textile market is. There is no instant in that world, right? So when you have teams or brands thinking about their spring and fall and, Christmas items, I mean, the stuff that's going to be sold for spring and summer of next year is being made now. There is no quick ordering stuff for the Christmas market. That happened months ago.
Right.
That maybe happened 18 months ago. So when you hear people shipping issues, you just wait. Well, those orders were time sensitive, and they're still on that effing boat out there in the middle of nowhere, and there's millions of dollars wrapped up into all that merchandise sitting there doing nothing, waiting for some dude to pay the fines on his barge.
We learned how long it takes to manufacture products with the popularity of the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. When it hit, and it's like, okay, we're gonna make this plushie. It'll be out next April.
But it's funny because we heard about items that didn't seem so significant. Like you think about that, you could wait if you had to. You had to wait for your Baby Yoda. But the more and more you read, car manufacturers now have a problem. They're thinking there could be an issue with fulfilling orders of cars that have not only been purchased but paid for, but they can't get certain parts for the car, certain chips, electronic parts. Has been a nightmare for suppliers and vendors for that matter.
And also shout out to Favreau and the people over at Mandalorian, because if they go ahead, they know that the Baby Yoda is going to be a massive success. They have a pretty good idea, but if they start making the product of Baby Yoda, well, then word gets out, and they saved it for art's sake. I think they stepped on a little bit of their bottom line just to make that reveal of Baby Yoda that much Oh my God! Look how cute he is.
That thing went pretty quick though. That thing burned fast. It wasn't like the what was the DB9 thing? What was that thing?
Yeah, DB9.
Not
yeah.
DB9.
The
That's an Aston Martin. That's
BB8.
BB8. That's it. That thing.
That's okay. What Disney Plus didn't make on the Yoda plushie, they made on what they don't have to give Scarlett Johansson.
Right. Yeah. So she's suing them for like all their money. That's an interesting story, too. I saw Sean talked about it a lot today, but when you start reading into that thing, that breach of contract deal, it's very interesting. It gives you an idea of how much cash is flowing around to these people. But that thing only made like $350 million, which is really not good for a Marvel movie.
I mean, it's also a Marvel movie in these times, which isn't bad.
Yeah, but I mean, the story I read today said the expectations of that movie were a lot greater than $340 million after like 3 weeks of release.
But what does it make if you don't allow people to buy it at their home?
Right, and that's the issue with Disney. I mean, they said in the contract it was spoken for. She said that if you release it on streaming because of her deal, it's going to cost her up to $30 million. But they said she already made $20 for the movie. I mean, so I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes. Look, those are their problems. And thank God for having those problems, right? Wondering which $20 million you should get next. 407-916-1041. Yesterday we talked about this briefly. I brought it up, and then we never get to pay it off. But this is a really interesting thing. This is the second story that I've seen regarding technology of this nature. And this story is via Channel 2 here, WESH.com. Out of Omaha, Nebraska, it says, Jenna Bierma thought she had exhausted most options for managing her depression, which her sister had also had before dying of suicide at age 24 years old. So obviously this ran in the family. She said, I tried everything, every medication, every treatment that's out there. And there was a psychiatrist, I'm not going to attempt this name, Selvaraj. She's a psychiatrist.
You just said you weren't going to
I know, but then I looked at it and said, that's doable. You should be able to conquer this.
I'm so proud of you.
I did not get the twisties. I figured that out. It's good. So this process that they're doing is called transcranial magnetic stimulation.
Whoa.
Right? So this doctor says when I get people, they're at that end where they feel completely hopeless. They lose interest in anything, everything, lay in bed for days, don't have any drive, no motivation. They can't find happiness in anything they do at all. Of course, their self-image is extremely low as well. And when she gets them, she puts them in this magnetic helmet. So what this thing does is it taps these magnetic fields, quickly pulsing fields all around her head to activate nerve cells in the brains. And it says it sounds intense, but of course it's non-invasive. It doesn't really go into your head. It just kind of taps on your head. It's a magnetic coil, and it is what it is. Doesn't hurt, no side effects. They have seen extreme reaction to this therapy, by the way.
Positive.
This woman says that she has a completely different life, like an insanely different life. I get up, I go to work, I have friends, we do dates, I meet for wine.
You just got to wear a helmet?
No. It's a therapy you take. I mean, you go and get this therapy, but this is the second story now that I've read about magnetic fields being focused and used for medicine. The other one was for cancer, dude. Listen to this. Now, the guy wound up dying, but I'll tell you the story beforehand. I know it's a hard way to start it. It's a hard way to start
Normally that's up to me.
I'm so confused and conflicted.
Listen to this success. He died, but hold on.
Let me pay this off for you. This guy had a pretty big brain tumor. If I remember right, they said it was about the size of a racquetball when he went in for this treatment. 53 years old. By the way, he had myriad of other issues as well, which actually that's what wound up killing him was a heart issue. It wasn't this brain issue. But that's where they found this treatment, right? So this guy comes in, he's got this brain tumor, and they put him in this magnetic resonance machine. Not like an MRI, but it was just like a magnetic machine where they focused the magnet's power on that tumor, right? So they do the treatment, they notice some reaction, he goes out and lives his life, and he winds up passing away from another medical issue, which I said is a heart issue. Well, during the autopsy, as this guy's getting this treatment, they realize if they do the autopsy that this tumor they've been working on with this magnetic therapy has shrunk 35%.
Wow.
And the treatment really wasn't going on that long because I believe he went to him at 53 and died by the time he was 54 or 55. He didn't die long after this. And they said had he kept using that treatment, it actually could have worked, and it did. It shrunk the tumor. just with magnets. So some really exciting stuff. Of course, magnets used all the time now in medicine, MRIs and other scans to see non-skeletal imaging where doctors can get a better idea what the hell's going on. They just did it for my mom's aneurysm. And the technology is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Simply amazing.
Did the article use racquetball as an example?
They didn't use racquetball. They used something else.
Like a plum?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It's always weird whenever, because, I don't know. It's always strange whenever they're like, it was the size of a golf ball. I'm like, okay, now I just want to go play golf. When you said racquetball, it's like...
Yeah. I always get weird like when you have size of something like that in your head when there's no space for it.
Yeah, something's going to bulge.
Something's going somewhere. Your eyes look odd, buddy.
Yeah.
407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us 77031. Don't forget your 4 o'clock keyword is green, and it is still good. So hop over there and text it to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Orlando City is back at Exploria Stadium to host Atlanta United tonight. Coverage starts at 7:30 on our sister station, FM 96.9 The Game and iHeartRadio. Orlando City matches on Real Radio, brought to you by Mossy Oak Fence.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And we've got lower rain chances coming our way this weekend, but at the cost, and that cost is higher levels of heat. In fact, some of the hottest weather so far this summer season. The rain chance tomorrow just 30%. After an overnight low of 77, we'll top out at 95, but it's going to feel like it's 105. On Sunday, a 40% chance for storms, the high 96. Next week, though, featuring a much rainier and stormier pattern. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. In a world full of things you never thought possible, here's one more. Now you can get high-quality auto insurance from Allstate at a new low rate. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Tools Ace Hardware is your favorite place for paint. Ace, the only national hardware carrier that carries Benjamin Moore paints, and you're going to love that because it's awesome paint. Their trained, knowledgeable paint department specialists make your paint project very easy to complete. All you have to do is choose from thousands of beautiful and timeless colors right there in their color centers, or let them match your existing wall color or decor with their precision matching software. Not to mention, when you purchase a color sample, you're going to get $5 off when you come back and buy paint. How good is that? Not to mention, with that extra mile promise, they promise to get you everything you need for your paint project in just one trip, or they're going to deliver it to you for free. They're awesome. You're going to love doing business with these guys. Shop at any of their 11 convenient locations right here in Central Florida, or find them online at toolsacehardware.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, I need to replace my old air conditioner.
For AC replacement, please hold the line.
Here we go.
And we're back. So, what do you want now?
Same as before, new air conditioner.
I just need to put you on hold again. Somebody's calling.
I'm calling.
But this might be someone important.
But I need...
We get a lot of calls this time of year. Dreadfully hot, you understand?
Yes, I understand perfectly.
So if you'll just wait a little longer...
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
You didn't call Frank Gay.
Well...
Did you?
Probably should have.
Probably should have. Well, tough luck. So, would you like to go back on hold?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you should be the priority. Experienced technicians ready to roll on your schedule and your installation done right. That's the Frank Gay way.
Next time you can call Frank Gay.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Team USA is ready for the Olympic Games. And so is Jacob.
Whoa! I've got my lucky shirt and Xfinity Flex.
Ooh, yeah. Jacob's family got Xfinity Internet with Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig and a Flex 4K streaming box free, plus Peacock Premium included. So Jacob is ready for anything.
Go Team USA!
With the best of the Olympics and top streaming apps, it's all of Jacob's favorites in one place. Entertainment starts at free with Flex, included with Xfinity Internet.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for only $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. And get a Flex 4K streaming box free. Plus, ask about Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. Offer ends August 8th, so go online, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig speed Wi-Fi requires gigabit internet and compatible X5 gateway. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Peacock subscription required.
Xfinity, proud partner of Team USA.
When emails are answered, workout is finished, kids are dressed, and the sun is barely up, it's time for McDonald's. Now with bundles, your order is automatic, like a sausage McMuffin and hash browns for $2 or a McDouble and small fries for $3 later. With so much juggling in a day, the easiest part is getting your faves with bundles at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid when product served. Offer not valid for McDelivery.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Florida, get ready for more savings at Walmart. Ooh, I can't wait. No sales tax weekend, July 31st through August 9th. Save more on the latest fashion, tech, and school supplies.
I'll get everything my kids need for school.
Cool sneakers and the latest styles from Justice, Reebok, and more.
And I'll get everything I want for me.
Don't miss No Sales Tax Weekend, Florida, July 31st through August 9th. Shop more with no sales tax on top of our everyday low prices at Walmart. Here we go. Offer good only in Florida on eligible items July 31st to August 9th, 2021.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Wassey's Meat Market for the lowest price on a big green egg. Dangling the proverbial carrot since 1993. Whatever the hell that means. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Real Radio 104.1. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that very much here on this beautiful Friday. If you haven't followed us on our new YouTube channel, please do that. Go over there and give us a subscribe. Very easy. Just YouTube, just the Jim Colbert Show. You'll see it. Very fun. We do have we have a chat room there. You can hop in. And it's brand new, so give us a like. We'd appreciate that. Give us a subscribe. We also broadcast on Twitch and on Facebook as well. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. We'll have another keyword for you in about 15 minutes. One of your last chances this run to get a hold of that $1,000 for sure.
Text it. 200, 200.
For sure. It's interesting because companies have had, there's some odd companies have come out on Twitter and wound up being very good at Twitter. You guys want to run a few corporate Twitter accounts?
Wendy's. Oh, I was going to say Wendy's is fire.
Velveeta.
Velveeta has a good account. Wendy's is also very good. What was the other one? McDonald's account is actually, because it was McDonald's and Wendy's going back and forth for a while. And didn't Popeyes have...
Wendy's just always
Wendy's always
fire.
Very good. Well, there's a new hot corporate Twitter account out there, and it's the most... Have you seen this?
I think maybe.
It's relatively bizarre.
Way to commit.
It's bizarre because it's not like the Wendy's where they're just savage and they just go in hard on other companies. This one is like the most, it's meta. Like they're out there like, be better people. They're sending out tweets like the crazy thing. Like one of them said, one universal goal everyone should prioritize is getting people from across the ideological spectrum closer to the same reality of baseline facts and evidence. That's a tweet sent out by this company, right?
Oh, I'm going to spend my money right now.
Right.
Who is it?
Hanes Underwear.
Hold on for a second.
Tampax.
The company also said there can be a shortcoming with experts and institutions, but that doesn't make, quote, fringe sources equally credible or trustworthy. So it's become this real meta account. It's kind of weird because of what it is, but they're sending out these like tweet storm rants, and people are like, wow, where did this come from this company?
Kit Kat?
No, but I will tell you. It is a food company.
Steakums.
It is Steakums.
Really?
Steakums.
So, I thought maybe correct.
Steakums is that. So Steakums, for some reason, all of a sudden people are like, what the hell's up with Steakums? Yeah. All of a sudden the Steakums company is coming out hot on Twitter with this whole vaccination thing.
What a smart way to make yourself relevant.
It is.
Right?
It is brilliant.
Mentioned the conversation. When's the last time we thought about Steakums?
Exactly.
Although, I kind of like the idea of Steakums.
The problem
you should
is,
talk me out of eating them.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with them except you got to make sure that when you cook them, you got to get some of that fat out of there. They pack a lot of fat in those things so that you can throw them right in the pan without putting any extra oil
So you
in.
like drain it into a paper towel or something?
That's what I do. Is I just make a little basket of paper towels, and when I dump them out, that way then I can take my onions and mushrooms, stack it on top in the roll, cheese on top, into the oven.
Mozzarella
with provolone.
Oh,
gotta have
you
the
little dirty girl.
Gotta have the provolone a little bit for the sharpness there, or even some aged white cheddar is really good with that as well. Matter of fact, aged white cheddar and beef go very well together.
I don't cook, but if I cook, I think this is something I'd make.
Yeah, and man, Steakums were an absolute staple in our house for a while until we just found out actually how much fat's in there, because it's not. I mean, it's like cooking bacon. To be honest with you, that's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah.
Like bacon.
So, but here they are tweeting out college essays.
They're tweeting out these crazy, again, it's very meta. It's like what you can do to be a better person in life. I just never thought it would come from Steakums. It says perhaps not completely as surprising that a meat corporation is schooling the internet on the spread of false information. Steakum has been using its Twitter platform to crusade against coronavirus conspiracy theories since last year. It's also gone on tweet storm rants about scientific literacy, woke brands, and other topics. So they're not just playing one side of this. They're basically saying, hey, look, if we were really sit down and take our time, our differences really aren't that great. There's just a massive communication issue, again, because people are getting their information from some effed up sources. And that, again, that's both sides of the spectrum. Basically, that's what Steakums is saying. It's kind of funny. I saw Steakums. I was like, get in there, man. What are you doing?
But it's like Wendy's. You're competing. Look at all the big dogs that are getting the attention, whether it's Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, and stuff, and you're trying to make a name for yourself. You do it something that's kind of a little outside the box.
But you know what? It's replacing the big blockbuster commercial all these things used to have. Remember? Wendy's and Burger King and McDonald's and all these companies, Pepsi, Coke, all these popular brands we've known forever have leaned on the television commercial to create that fervor for their brand for so many years. And now it's the internet. Now it's social media. You don't even see like really hot commercials on TV anymore for any of these brands, like taking chances or creating some kind of, fun little thing like the Taquerio Taco Bell thing with a little dog. Or the
Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah, Yo Quiero Taco Bell, or any of those. Like, where's the beef?
I'm white, and I even picked up on that.
Thank you.
I tried hard.
That was a hard R.
Came in there hot.
Not like that, but it was Quiero.
But
that's getting schooled by another white boy. But okay, just give me my moment.
But you didn't even try to say it. You say it.
Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
It's all right, I guess.
Jimmy?
It's okay. It's Yo Quiero, right?
Not Quiero.
Yo Quiero?
There you go.
Yo Quiero?
Little zest.
Yo Quiero.
And just
Taco Bell.
going back to the Steakums thing, so...
Never had a Steakum.
I'm following him.
What?
I've never had a Steakum.
What was he wooding?
Oh, man.
You've never had a Steakum.
Listen, guys. Go to Publix. Get yourself some rolls from their bakery, right? Some really nice rolls from their bakery. Go buy a pack of Steakums, get yourself a frying pan, some onions and some mushrooms, and some provolone and mozzarella cheese. Saute that beef up, throw the onions in the fat from the beef, drain the beef a little bit, take those onions and mushrooms, put them right on top, sprinkle that cheese, throw in your oven under 350 for about 4 minutes, not even. It'll melt that cheese, and that'll be one of the best cheesesteaks you've ever had. It's damn good, dude.
All right.
It's actually pretty darn good.
So... Going back to their Twitter, though, because I saw this, it kind of went a little viral on Twitter, but this was the opening tweet out of, I believe, 15 tweets. Their opening tweet is, okay, it's time to talk about societal distrust in experts and institutions, the rise of misinformation, cultural polarization, and how to work towards some semblance of mutually agreed upon information before we splinter into
irreversible.
And reversible reality.
Yeah, right. That's their opening quote. That's their opening tweet from a chipped beef company.
I love it.
Steakums.
Yeah,
it's going to work. I'm going to buy Steakums because of this stupid tweet.
All right, it's great. But I mean,
By the way, the only a Twitter account right now hotter than Steakums, Jim Colbert Show. It's at Jim Colbert Show.
Is it really?
Yeah. Hop on board.
You got to want to be a part of that, right?
Let's get to 5K.
5K.
Oh, you can follow Moon Pie too.
Oh, really? Moon Pie gets in there?
And Hot Pockets, Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is they don't take shots. I mean, it really takes balls when you have one of these big national companies to unleash your Twitter account or your Instagram account on the world and allow like a wise ass to get in there and take shots at other massive companies.
Seriously, I mean
it takes. That's a very progressive manager that's allowing to do that because I mean it could go awry quickly.
It could.
Ask
but
Michael Che.
I don't think it will in this case. One of their tweets from 17 hours ago just says achievement unlocked. Jim Gaffigan and 2 others followed you. Seth Abramson is saying, I don't know what they're putting in the frozen beef sheets over there, but it may just be truth.
Look, man, I'm telling you, man. Look, if you have a big company out there and you're not thinking like this for your social media accounts to get more attention for your brand, you're dumb.
Because we're talking about it.
And can I tell you, it's weird because Twitter isn't really, I mean, it's viable, but really it's not like Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or even Snapchat. It really is like 4th or 5th in line for relevance right now. And these are the kind of things that make you like pay attention to Twitter again.
Yeah.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Yes, Ross?
No, it's just it's weird because they all. I feel like here's a weird metaphor. Social media, all these different companies are like ice cream, and some people like that flavor, other people like that flavor. And that's the same thing with Twitter versus Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. It's just different flavors, but it's still ice cream.
I'm going to tell you something else real quick. And you're right, it is.
But cookies and cream outsells pistachio.
Yeah, but some people, they love pistachio.
No doubt.
Take your pack of Steakums.
Yeah.
Empty them all into the pan.
Yeah.
Cook them, mushrooms and onions, add a little flour, right? Then when you add the flour, stir that a little bit, cook that a little bit.
That's a roux, right?
And then hit that with beef stock and a little bit of heavy cream, just a tiny bit, like 2 tablespoons, maybe not even, right? Now what you have yourself is beef and onions and mushrooms that you can put over mashed potatoes or rice or anything like that as a topper with your beef. And it's not that expensive, and it'll serve like 4 or 5 people. Trust me, I got all them poor people recipes. I've done that.
Too many steps. Too many steps.
Someone also
too many steps. Are you kidding?
Too many steps.
Someone just texted.
I just told you how to feed a family of 4 for like $8.
Too many steps.
Someone also texted you have to try Steakums with mushrooms, onions, and cheese stuffed in bell peppers.
That sounds awesome.
Well, next segment, Jim will break down how to make an ice sandwich.
All right, more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this. Ice sandwich is coming up.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Heavy traffic eastbound on I-4 between County Road 557 and Polk County up to 429. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound travel is solid right between World Drive and 429, as well as southbound 429 between Sinclair Road and I-4. We're still in good shape on the Beach Line and the 408. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for a job? Contact Express Employment Professionals and be part of their national hiring event. With one application, Express connects you with multiple employers and never charges a fee. Go to ExpressPros.com, find your nearest office, and call Express today.
Man, when I think about custom fences from Mossy Oak Fence, I think high quality. The skilled craftsmen over at Mossy Oak Fence use only the very best materials out there. High quality that's backed by the best warranty in the business. I also think about sensibility, because here's the thing. Mossy Oak Fence offers affordable payment plans. I also think about safety and security, and here's why. Because your family's safety and security is Mossy Oak's #1 priority. The fence they built for me is absolutely wonderful. My dogs, my pets, my family, all protected in that backyard from that beautiful fence from the guys over at Mossy Oak. You can have the same thing. So if you're thinking about a new fence, you got to think Mossy Oak Fences. Visit mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Now open at Universal Orlando Resort. Visit universalorlando.com for important safety guidelines.
Real Radio 104.1 wants to send you to Universal Orlando Resort. We have your chance to win a prize package to explore their incredible theme parks. Log on to realradio.fm/contest for your chance to win.
Murder in Illinois is the new true crime podcast that attempts to answer the question, who really killed the Vaughn family? In 2007, Chris Vaughn's wife and 3 children were found murdered in their SUV. Chris was arrested and convicted, though he claims to have no memory of the events.
Both the prosecution's theory and the defense's theory are incorrect. That's not how it happened.
So how did it happen, Lauren?
Listen to Murder in Illinois on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you want roofing made simple with next day installation, a lifetime warranty, no money down, in-house, no hassle financing, and easy monthly payments, then look no further than Parliament Roofing, the experts you can trust. And right now at Parliament Roofing, we're giving our first 10 callers $500 off their roof. Call now to claim $500 off your roof. Simply dial pound 250 from a mobile phone and say the keyword roof me now. That's pound 250 with keyword roof me now. Parliament Roofing. Nobody puts a quality roof on for less. Nobody. CCC 1329729.
At Walgreens, we're committed to the fight against COVID-19. That's why we offer no-cost, contactless COVID-19 testing with same-day results at thousands of locations nationwide for patients ages 3 and up. Our pharmacy experts have administered millions of tests and are here to help when you need us. Schedule your COVID-19 test at no cost to you at walgreens.com/COVID-19 testing.
No cost to you with most insurance or government assistance. For ages 3 and up at select test locations. Test results turnaround time may vary by location depending on test type.
This Saturday only, get 50% off jeans for women and kids at Old Navy. This one-day deal isn't one to miss. Grab 50% off jeans for women and kids this Saturday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 7/31. Select styles only.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Norwegian Cruise Line is back and sailing this summer. Kick back in the Caribbean or take in the stunning sights in Europe. And with our robust health and safety program, you can cruise confidently. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, free airfare, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free.
Ships Registry, the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
O'Reilly. Do you even remember the last time you changed your spark plugs? Well, then now's a good time. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase 4 or more select Iridium spark plugs. Put the pep back in your car. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You've heard me talk about Legacy Box a lot. It's something that I did at the beginning of the year. I'm so glad that I did this. Legacy Box is a simple way to digitally preserve all of your old home movies. Now, if you have like 8mm film like I did, and mine were from like the late 60s, early 70s. A lot of people have like a video, and a lot of that video film and stuff like that, it's not meant to last forever. It starts diminishing after 10 to 15 years. So you want to save those, and you want to save those memories forever. We did this, and oh my goodness, I was able to watch all these old home movies that my mom and dad took of us, like for my first and second birthday, my sister's birthday. We didn't have an 8mm video like camera any longer. You send everything into Legacy Box, and they have an experienced team that creates a digital collection of all this stuff. That way you've got it forever. They put it up on the cloud. They put it on a thumb drive or a DVD, and you have it saved forever thanks to Legacy Box. I'm so glad that we did it, and you will be too. It's a great gift to give somebody, and if you have your wedding video, right? You don't want to just have it on video because if something happens to it, you'll lose it forever. Send it off to the Legacy Box and let them save it for you. And if you do it now, you'll get 40% off. It's legacybox.com/monsters, legacybox.com/monsters.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio 104.1 has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword GAME, G-A-M-E, GAME, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and information. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's GAME, to 200-200. And may your efforts bear fruit.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Awesome album. Great band, too, by the way.
Who is this?
It's called Kaiser Chiefs.
And Ruby is the song.
Yeah, Ruby's the song. On this album, there's another song called I Want to Start a Riot or something like that. It's another great tune. This whole record is good. I was turned on to this band. They opened for Green Day. And I would have rather seen these guys play 40 more minutes than see Green Day even play one more note.
Really?
That lead singer, Billy Joe Armstrong, is a douchebag. God, he's so bad. All he did was curse the entire time. It was so insane. I was like, man, just play some music. We don't really need to hear about your political hour. Just play some music. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear you preach to me. I mean, I know where I am in life. Just play the dumb songs. That'd be great.
This explains why at the same concert I enjoyed it.
Yeah, right. As if they're ranting like crazy. I'm like, okay, buddy, everybody understands. You're not changing anybody's vote today. Just play the songs.
I don't even remember that.
Oh yeah, it was yeah.
I just remember I enjoyed the show. That's all I remember.
Same thing with Hall & Oates. I'm like, okay, buddy.
Right.
Everybody understands. Everybody understands how mad you are. Right. How about you just play It's a Bitch Girl? That'd be great. Or You're a Bitch Girl, whatever. That'd be wonderful. All right, welcome back. 407-916-1041. Your 5 o'clock keyword is GAME, G-A-M-E. Text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Again, 5 o'clock keyword GAME, guys. Good luck. We would love to see you win that money. 2 more chances with us. And then that's all done for a few weeks until we refire up again. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack.
Yeah.
And Ross. Don't forget, we do have Mike Leinbach calling us here in just a little bit, 5:20 today, former launch director for NASA over there for the shuttle program, to talk about the Starliner program and what's happening here, what happened with the Russian space station, and just the general idea of this kind of commercialized space flight is really unique. And we talked to him a few months back, and he said he was really excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to catch up with Mike to find out what's happening and
Love
what he
Mike.
thinks about what's happening here. So he's always a great interview. That coming up around 5:20, so stay put.
And we're still waiting to find out when that Starliner launch will be rescheduled.
For sure. All right, 407-916-1041. Got people on line, and I don't know why, so let's take a couple calls here. Lance, how you doing, Lance? Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Bluetooth. I know that's a rule.
That's okay, buddy. You're good. You sound fine.
I love you.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I've been listening to you guys for since I came back to Florida. So I've been listening to, there's just the news, though, for the last year, in the last year and a half. And in the beginning of the year, last year, I was like, lockdown, let's lock down for 2 weeks like the Army feeds everybody, and let's lock down. Let's not play. Let's do it if we're going to do it. Very aggressive. I've been watching and listening and watching and listening, and we have a lot of information now. We have a lot of people speaking out. We have 10,000 doctors across the world saying this stuff works. Last year was conspiracy. This year there's 3 medications that are known to not cure you if you're in the hospital, but to take care of you in the very beginning so you don't end up in the hospital. Yet we keep talking about vaccines. I mean, that's 3 more medications than the flu offers. And please don't bring up Tamiflu, because if you read the whole thing, it says it alleviates your symptoms 1 day sooner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have all these things. So I don't understand why there's this big, oh, my God. The Delta variant is much more contagious, but much less deadly from everything that's came out of Britain. Someone did some funny math with Britain's numbers in the beginning in February when they were releasing numbers. It was more vaccinated people were dying in Britain than the unvaccinated in February. Now, those numbers have changed as time goes by. But, I have a friend who was just in a hospital in Jacksonville for pneumonia from COVID, and he was the only unvaccinated person in the hospital, but yet I hear Orange County is like 99.5%, unvaccinated or in the hospital. But, I mean, even in the hospitals, they have to ask for these 3 medications. They have to, I mean, doctors are afraid to offer because 6 months ago, it was heresy to even use the words remdesivir or hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
They're not medicines, though, sir. They're 3 choices of vaccine. They're not treatments that are given if you get sick.
I'm not talking about those vaccines.
I'm
talking about medication that is available and therapeutic to save you from ever ending up in the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we have a test. We have a test that's known to be 40% inaccurate.
Which one is that?
The inventor of the test.
Which one is that?
The PCR test.
Okay, 40%. Oh, you're talking about the instant test.
Yeah.
The short test. Yeah, that one is 65%, 66% or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, but we're using this test to rile up the mat. Like, look at all these people infected. Oh my God, we're all going to die. But we know the test isn't accurate. The inventor of the test has said they're not doing it right, and the guy's dead.
Lance, let me ask you a quick question because I kind of don't know why you're calling. What is the point of the call today, so I can kind of figure out how to respond?
Well, when you guys are telling the news, a lot of times, you know, you put a little personal input with it, and you know,
with what?
And generally, you know, and I mean, whether I agree with your personal input or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, I appreciate it. And a lot of times, more and more, the news about COVID is more of just, you know, promoting the mantra instead of using the critical thinking we all have and going, hey, why is it that we're so mask crazy right now? And, you know, the vaccinated or unvaccinated are going to kill us when there's medication.
Yeah.
Like, literally, there's ways to take care for people.
Yeah, I think, Lance, I think, honestly, what it goes back to, if you really want to simplify it, and we've heard all these arguments 1,000 times. I just got the vaccine myself not even, I think, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, after doing a lot of research and spending my time paying attention to, because I also was a little hesitant to get it after the development of the vaccine happened quickly. We only had to compare it to other times when technology wasn't as good to develop these medicines, so, you know, things can happen exponentially faster. It just so happens, buddy, I was actually on websites today, including the Mayo Clinic, CDC, and another one, can't remember. Also credible websites that give credible numbers, and the idea of COVID not being as deadly is really, that's misinformation. It's actually 20 times as deadly. It kills 600,000 people as opposed to about 25,000 people with just the regular flu. It goes back to the original statement. What we can prove for a fact it can prove, real quick, it can prove for the fact that the vaccines keep you from requiring severe medical attention. And the hope is to keep the hospitals clean enough so that people that have normal cases of it, they can get them in and out pretty quickly.
I wasn't saying COVID wasn't deadly. COVID is more deadly than the flu. I totally agree with that. What I'm saying is the Delta variant is less deadly than the OG, so to speak.
Right.
Much more, spreads so much easier, but less deadly overall. So we have a disease that more people will catch, but less people will die, and we have medications and vaccines. Why are we so wigged out?
Yeah, and Lance, I can only tell you, buddy, I think people are just afraid to be that guy or that girl, that number. Thanks for your call, though. I appreciate it. They're just afraid to be that. You know, you don't want to be that. That's even that super small percentage. Because let me say, Lance is right. Most people are going to survive this. Even a lot of the people that get in the hospitals are going to survive this. That's the positive we can look at. I mean, with all the numbers, it doesn't matter. Most people are going to make it through this. The problem is we don't know which most people that is. And you don't need underlying medical issues to make this deadly. That does help a lot. If you have diabetes, if you're overweight, you have heart issues, it can affect you more. But really, to be honest with you, if you think about it in an economic way, it's just smart money. Because who wants to be out of work for a week or 2 weeks? Can you afford that right now? Who wants to get somebody else sick so they have to be out of work for 2 or 3 or 4 more weeks? Because that's really what you're talking about. You're talking about how it affects other people so that they can maintain their lives. That's the idea. And by the way, I'm not one of these vaccine pumpers either. You've heard me say I got it, but I'm not out there pumping the vaccine thing either. I do think it's a very personal thing you should do. But you should inform yourself completely with verifiable information. Not BS information from a political website or anything like that. Go to websites specifically geared to give you unbiased information about the illnesses and about how you can manage them. If you do that, you will make a smart decision based on what you think is best for you and your family. And if you work for the government, they'll make it for you.
One of the arguments I see is like, hey, only so many people died. We had a couple people texting, only so many kids died. Why should they have to wear masks in school? Only so many kids have died. And it's like, for that one family, that's all you need. If your child is taken, that's too many, right?
They banned lawn darts, dude.
The fervor is, I will tell you, the fervor for us as we're talk show hosts, nobody wants to talk about the vaccine and mask anymore. Nobody I know that works at this radio station wants to say another syllable about this for the rest of their GD lives. Nobody wants to. That's the thing. The problem is, the fervor is simply trying to get people to understand what they're looking at. Now, I'm not telling you to get the vaccine or not get the vaccine. It's based on what you want to do and what you think is best for your family. But I will tell you, you need to educate yourself, because when you start reading about it, you're going to find out the information supports that your chances are pretty high of getting, especially this Delta variant, right? Chances are pretty high. And to avoid a shutdown of your business, which is your life, you could avoid that.
Here's a few things that personally, and I can only speak for me, of like why I'm glad I have the vaccine. I want to reduce the chance of me getting COVID. I don't want it. I don't care whether I survive or not. I don't want it. I don't want to have to go to the hospital. I don't want to have to pay that bill. I don't want to take the chance of being a long hauler where you can have migraines or other that brain fog. I don't want any of that.
Do you know that's one of the main reasons my wife chose to get the vaccine, is because she said, well, if you get it, I didn't want to be a long hauler. She got to watch her mother tell my mom, and her mom was a smoker for many years, that she didn't think if she was still smoking, had she gotten the COVID that she got, that she may have, it would have been a really touch and go scenario there for many, many days. That's how bad it affected her as an ex-smoker. So, my wife had firsthand indication. My daughter's had it. We've had 2 or 3 daughters that have had it. We've had those experiences. So based on what we've seen, we made the decision we think was best for us. Yeah, Deb, you got some breaking?
Yeah, Disney is now requiring salaried non-union employees to be fully vaccinated.
There you go. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. The very interesting Mike Leinbach, former NASA launch director, will be next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Woohoo!
Yeah. It's going down. What do you got to say about it? 407-916-1041. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best. Goldsmithjewelry.com.
Well, the Turnpike is moving up to speed as well as the 408. No reported issues on the Beach Line or 417. We're still seeing a heavy ride, though, eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway to State Road 535, and also between County Road 557 in Polk County up to 429. Westbound busy, too, between World Drive and 429. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Connect has amazing prices for your back-to-school list, like Crayola 12-count colored pencils and a 10+2 Crayola marker bonus packs and Staples pencil boxes, just 97 cents each. Offer ends 9/18, limit 30. Prices may vary online. Be more than ready for school with Staples.
And when it comes to your AC unit, you know what's very, very important? Well, that it runs. And then it's effective and efficient. And Mills Air can make sure your AC is all of those things. Preventive maintenance is an absolute must for your AC if you live here. We suggest these guys because they're so thorough and because their techs are trained so well. Matter of fact, they saved my butt here at the beginning when I moved into my house. Have a couple of units. They checked one, had a fan motor about to give up the ghost, which of course would have left me high and dry with no AC. These guys found it, fixed it right there on the spot. That's what they're all about, and they can do that for you as well. If you happen to need a new AC, even better, they've got you covered. Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $2,700 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. Of course, you can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to the experts at Mills Air. 60 vans to cover you wherever you are in Central Florida, and that preventive maintenance plan is a must. Family owned and operated. Give them a call today, 407-277-1159. Find them online easily at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by R.C. Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Hey, Orlando. Pat
Passionate about serving your community, Chick-fil-A restaurants in the Orlando area are looking for people like you who want to help customers and be rewarded. Most Chick-fil-A restaurants offer unique benefits that may include competitive pay, scholarship opportunities, a guaranteed day off each week, a friendly work environment, and more. Apply to be a team member at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant today by visiting chickfil-a.com/careers. Most Chick-fil-A restaurants are operated by independent franchise business owners in their communities.
The Summer of Trucks sales event is going on right now down at Nations Trucks. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC. Interest rates as low as 1.99% and no payments till November with approved credit. Start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
It's hot. It's humid. You wanted a relaxed pool party / barbecue. You got the human tsunami instead. Cannonball! Today, he's going for a world record splash that'll send inflatable swans into orbit. Dripping wet, you grab an ice cold can of Heineken. Watch out! When another man-child-made wave embraces you. Incoming! It's okay, though. He's not splashing you. He's adding more refreshment to your refreshment. Heineken. Where others see annoying splashers, we see immediate refreshment. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy responsibly.
In the warehouse, the job has to get done. But if you're working with an outdated forklift that has more downtime than up due to maintenance, it's time to make the switch to Nobelift lithium-ion powered forklifts. With a Nobelift forklift, you get less downtime, a longer lifespan, fast, efficient opportunity charging, and a 5-year cost of ownership that will save you almost $45,000 over internal combustion models. Nobelift, revolutionizing the material handling industry one job at a time. What's in your warehouse? Find out more at nobeliftna.com/save.
For nearly 100 years, folks have trusted Blue Star medicated ointment to relieve the pain and itching of almost any skin irritation.
It works on my son's dry, itching feet and their jock itch.
I had this rash on my neck. Nothing worked until Blue Star.
Blue Star worked great on my ringworm without steroids.
My wife and I have been using Blue Star for years. It's never let us down. Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
Every day, someone comes up to me and says, Amy, how amazing is Xfinity Internet? And I always say, guys, I could go on and on about how it gives you more than just fast speeds for all your work, school, and everything from home needs, but I have places to be. I'd also mention you can save up to $400 a year on wireless when you add Xfinity Mobile and get nationwide 5G at no extra cost. But I gotta run. I have a thing. Really, it happens all the time. Can your internet do that?
Save on your wireless bill when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together for just $40 a month. You'll get internet for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and mobile with our 1 gig wireless data option. Visit an Xfinity store to learn how our Switch Squad makes switching fast and easy. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 8/8/21. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares optimized pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Hi, I'm AJ, and on my podcast, Really Good Shares, we talk about recovery from all kinds of things. Car crashes, identity crises, drugs, alcohol, ego. You'll hear stories about fixing yourself when things are bad, checking yourself when things are good. When I got sober, my life got weirder. Growth seemed impossible. What helped me the most was following the lead of people in my life who'd overcome bad things. So listen to Really Good Shares on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Your 5 o'clock keyword is game. GAME, and it is still valid. Text that to 200 for your shot to win $1,000. Again, 5 o'clock keyword is game. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Dad, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Special guest joining us, and a friend and fan of the show, and we are a friend and fan of his as well.
Yes.
Mike Leinbach, former shuttle launch director for the guys over at the Kennedy Space Center. King is back.
Yes.
And anytime I can break this guy away from one of his beers, I try to do it. What are you doing, buddy?
How do you know I'm a fan of the show?
What's that?
He said, how do you know I'm a fan of the show?
I don't know that
How do you know
are.
I'm a fan of the show?
I really don't. Honestly, I don't. I don't know that you're a fan of any of this. I know I'd bother you about once every 4 months to call us and give us a heads up on what's going on in your life. What you been up to, man?
Really not much, just enjoying getting back out a little bit and going to restaurants and stuff. So no, things are good.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. I know you and your beautiful wife Charlotte like to go over there and have a good time, and kind of in are you officially retired?
Oh yeah. I've been retired now. Oh gosh, almost 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember when you left, but I wasn't sure, Mike, if you were still in a consulting, in like that kind of in a position over there for consulting that would keep you on. I wasn't aware of that.
Like an advisor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do some of that. They asked me to come out and talk to new employees and stuff like that, and I'm glad to do that. And we still put on talks about the book and things, and so I stay active out there. I just don't draw a paycheck anymore.
Yeah, they give him like a free lunch. Yeah, he comes out and speaks, and he gets a free lunch. Lunch with an astronaut.
Yeah,
that's what I get.
Yeah, you listen, paycheck. We were actually just kind of pontificating on man. There's no. I mean, you have a giant. Listen, you have a big old pension pack. That
give us a second.
I got it.
Our
one moment, please.
Our NASA guy can't keep his S together.
Apparently, no, he kept it together. Unfortunately, he kept all 4 letters together.
Wow.
If you're keeping count, that's 2 people affiliated with our space program that's dropped an S-bomb.
So I know you are working on the book. You have that, and now you're working on a movie package as well, which is kind of exciting too.
What?
Yeah, we're working on it. We haven't signed the contract yet, but we should be getting to that in the next week or so. We're going to sell the rights to the book to a production company, and then we'll have a script written and some actors chosen, and hopefully it'll turn into a movie one day.
That'd be awesome, man. I know you've been negotiating that for quite a while, and it's a painstaking process, but of course you always know we wish you the best there.
Mike, there's, of course, speaking of space movies, I was wondering if you have your favorite space movie. Out of all the great space cinema that we have seen as an audience, is there one that jumps out to your number one?
Probably one of those early cartoons like the Roadrunner going into space or something like that.
We all expected you to say that.
All these new space movies are... Yeah. No, these new movies... Apollo 13 was pretty good. That was pretty realistic. But, a lot of the movies now, they make up stuff that isn't real. And I don't even tend to watch them all. So, I stay away from that stuff.
Mike, I'd like to know that. Does that bother you when you watch these big space movies that really go more for the special effect, the more bang for their buck, knowing that the majority of the audience really doesn't know what real space conditions would be like? But for you, does it drive you crazy knowing that that's not how it's supposed to go?
Well, yeah, it does, Deb. I'm an engineer, and so I see stuff that some people probably don't, and it bothers me that they exaggerate things or stretch a story to make it fit their narrative and bring in characters when they didn't even exist or something like that. So yeah, but they do that. They do that for a reason. They do that to attract people to the theater or to the TV, and in turn that promotes the space program. And so, even though some of it's phony, I think the bottom line is good. That we're getting the advertisement through that media. I think it's generally good.
I think so too. I think it's offered a lot of visual. new eyes on the Space Center over there. Not only what we're doing, trying to help, promote the visitor center and everything they're offering, from the Artemis program thing to Planet Play and these new things. We want to promote as much as possible. And we think this big wave of new, like Gravity and The Martian and all these movies that we've seen here recently that are, talking about the space program. I think that does create that interest there for sure. Talking to Mike Leinbach, former shuttle launch director over at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Mike, there's some really interesting stuff happening here. By the way, you can check him out on the live feed, YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. But, with this Starliner and this big billionaire race to space thing, did you guys, when you were with this shuttle program, could you guys look forward and say, hey, at some point, this is going to be privatized and this is going to turn into what we see now with private companies launching vehicles that are now going to interact with our space stations? Did you guys see that happening like 10, 15 years ago?
Well, probably in the order of 10 years ago, we had a pretty good feel because then the concepts were developed. But, 15 years ago, no, we weren't there yet. We were still flying out the shuttle program, and this whole commercial cruise stuff was just in its infancy, really. And to their credit, they've done a hell of a good job of getting people to the edge of space and back. And the one thing I got to set something straight, I got to set something straight for those tourists that call themselves astronauts. That's a bunch of crap. They're no more astronauts than I'm a U.S. senator because I went through the Capitol one day.
Bravo!
Yeah, that was a big point of contention here.
They're going on a glorified, thrill ride. And granted, it's a pretty damn good thrill ride. But that's all it is. And so until they learn and train and work in space, they're not astronauts. They're tourists.
Yeah, and that's that has been a honestly a fun little thing that's happened on social media about people kind of calling out Richard Branson and then Jeff Bezos both for using the word astronaut. And it's so funny because people, when I was doing Primetime Kitchen all the time, people would try to call me chef, and I'd be like, don't call me that. That takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of long nights, a lot of training to be called that. I would never want to disrespect somebody who actually went through that just because I have a radio show and I know how to cook a steak. It's not fair. It really isn't. Deb, question for Mike Leinbach?
I did want to ask you, Mike, because, with all of the Blue Origins and SpaceX and now you've got Virgin Galactic with Richard Branson, I wanted to get what you feel is the biggest achievement with getting tourists into space. I know the big thing on the Space Coast is being able to, make rockets reusable. Do you think that's been the game changer, is seeing SpaceX land rocket after rocket after rocket? Here it's on its 8th, 9th flight.
Yeah, that has a whole lot to do with it. The space shuttle was the first reusable spacecraft ever, and we reused the orbiters, of course, and we reused the solid rocket boosters. So we learned how to do that, and in some respects how not to do it, but for SpaceX to bring those rockets back and land them vertically out at sea, it just really shouldn't be able to happen. But they do it over and over, and so more power to them. And they are saving money by doing it that way. There's no question about it.
It's so unbelievably impressive. I've talked to Jack 1,000 times about it. I said, I don't even care what happens to the capsule. I just want to watch that thing land.
I know.
It's always fun to watch.
That's the crazy engineering to me.
It looks like a reverse.
My question for you, talking to Mike Leinbach, you whether you use some of that fat pension Jim was alluding to, or they offered you the trip for free, would you go on one of those tourist trips, whether it would be in with Bezos or with Branson?
Yeah, I'd go on either of them. They seem to have proven themselves. They had a number of test flights, and they went well. The one guy that died from Scale Composites in the Virgin Galactic system, that was a design error and frankly a little bit of pilot error, and so they've gotten over that, and now their space plane is flying safely and flies fine. So, yeah, I think I would go. Sure, I would love to see to look down from 50, 60 miles at the Earth. I would love to do it.
And would
I wouldn't have done it probably 5 years ago. I wouldn't have been on one of the first ones, but I'd be on one now.
Would your lovely bride give you permission to go?
Oh, God.
She might encourage me to go.
It's so funny. It was famously Ashton Kutcher was told no by his wife Mila Kunis. That made a bunch of news. Now today she's backing up on that and says she regrets making that choice to tell her husband not to go into space because of the unique opportunity to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Not many people are going to get the opportunity. One day it will. One day more people will fly, and so that'll be good.
Yeah, speaking of that, I mean, when you look at the space program and where it is now, I mean, NASA's role in it, our role in it with government funding and, now privatized companies coming in with billions of dollars to spend. When you look down the road for the future of the space program, do you see this hybrid kind of still working, where these two entities working together, or do you see something different altogether?
No, that the working together has got to happen. And in fact, the international cooperation has to happen too, especially for the trip to Mars eventually. That has to be international cooperation, because no one country could pull it off or afford it by themselves. And so, you look at SpaceX, and they're putting astronauts up to the space station, and it looks like it's a private venture. But the fact of the matter is NASA's paying them a heck of a lot of money to do that. The other aspect, the Bezos and Branson, they funded that themselves, yes, and so that's different. But SpaceX is getting a lot of money from the government, and so will Boeing. Boeing's just about to launch. That was the rocket that got postponed today, and so Boeing's going to make a lot of money from the government too. It's not all their money.
Well, Boeing's been making a lot of money from the government for a long time, haven't they?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah,
they know how to do it.
On the line with us, Mike Leinbach, former shuttle launch director for the guys over at the Kennedy Space Center. Mike, I was going to ask you, the news came out the other day that the reason the launch was canceled today, we actually scheduled you today because we thought we would have a Starliner heading up to dock with the ISS. Unfortunately, some dopey Russians went up there and screwed it up for everybody. Explain to us exactly what happened and how big of a deal of this is, and if it's easily reversible.
Well, I'm not in mission control, so I can't tell you what happened. But the astronauts are never in any danger, because this module with the thrusters that fired inadvertently, it's designed with thrusters. Obviously, it's made to boost the orbit of the space station and correct the attitude of the space station. And so, the fact that the thrusters fired is not a structural issue at all. It was meant to do that. Now, the fact that they fired when they weren't expecting them to, that's a little different. And so you got to get to the bottom of that, because, you don't want that Boeing spacecraft coming to the space station. All of a sudden the station's wobbling, and so we got to get to the bottom of that. And I'm sure mission control will.
And those are things that have to be handled by, it's weird because it's so unique because it was unmanned, right? The one we're sending up today was going to be unmanned. So it had to be landed remotely.
Yes.
It had to be mounted remotely.
Yes, it's all automatic. That's right. For sure. Yeah, and the Russians are good partners and all that, but getting them to share data with the folks at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, that can be a little tricky, because they don't like to open up.
Right.
They like to solve their own problems by themselves. But, we have the agreement that they have to share data, and so. They'll get to the bottom of it. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, China now in the game as well. I mean, do you know anything about their program? Are they ahead of us? Are they still catching up? What is the technology over there?
China's hands off. We have a policy in the United States to not cooperate with China on space ventures, and so they're doing their own thing, and that's the way it should be.
Quite successful, though, because
that's the way it should be.
They have their probe on Mars, their module on Mars.
Oh, how do we know they didn't fake it?
They're planning a moon base.
They're capable of anything.
What's interesting, though, is it's that, when we're talking about our Mars rover, we have to remember that, China's is up there as well. It's like, another reason to keep an eye on that.
Is ours armed? Do we have a laser on ours?
We have a helicopter, so ours is cooler.
But we also have a laser to cut rocks. It could also cut Chinese rovers, too.
It is so funny. We're talking about going up in space, just 50 miles up there, 60 miles up there, which is, like he said, it's space tourists. And we actually have a machine flying a helicopter on Mars right now.
All right.
That never gets brought up. How impressive is that?
That's exactly Well, that's some good stuff, let me tell you.
It's
Very, very good.
The engineering just out of this world, like not even comprehensible. I mean, could you imagine telling somebody like 20, 30 years ago, oh, by the way, we're going to land a go-kart on Mars and it's going to have its own helicopter. That thing's going to buzz around a little bit. We'll tell you about it more later.
Yeah, I imagine, that first meeting where somebody proposed a helicopter, everybody else just, just threw paper at them or something. It was just ridiculous. But then, you start thinking about it and say, well, why the hell not? Let's do it.
That is the ultimate attitude of everything that happens over there is why not? I mean, we've got the math, we've got the people and the cash. Let's make it happen. Ross, you had a question for Mike Leinbach?
Yeah, of course the photos are now years old, but I will never forget when I saw the photo on Mars and seeing the terrain and all that. My jaw simply dropped. I felt like I was in the year 3000. When you first saw those photos of Mars, what was your first response? What did you go through?
Probably the same thing you did, Ross. I mean, it's just when you think about the technology and all the exact science and engineering that has to happen to pull that off, it's incredible. And yet, we expect it to happen right. And so when it does, you just kind of take it for granted almost. But the pictures were just fantastic. And you're seeing now evidence of water, it used to be on Mars. And
right.
So that's why we'll go look for ancient life. It's just fantastic what we can do when we put our minds to it. When we set a goal and stick to it, that's what it takes. I've complained about this before, where we set a goal as a nation with NASA, and then the new administration will come in and change that direction. And you can't get anywhere doing that. You need to set a goal and stick to it.
Yeah, there's got to be.
So now we have a goal going back to the moon, establishing a moon base, and we ought to, by God, do that.
There has to be continuity. That has been very frustrating to watch, as well as a fan of the program. From administration to administration, look at the space program differently, whether it be a burden on the country financially, or if it's, an asset to the country financially, and, educationally as well. And that has been that unique ping pong match we've been watching politically for so long now with the funding of NASA. It's almost been like a pawn in politics and White House politics. But we hope it doesn't stay like that. We hope they keep funding it so that we can send more people up there and learn more about the wonderful place we live here and the galaxy surrounding us, for sure.
Yeah, you bet. Sure.
I just wanted to, if you, before it gets made into a movie, you can say that you heard him talk about it before. Bringing Columbia Home is the book that Mike Leinbach had wrote about his experience with the Space Shuttle Columbia. So might be a good summer read before it's turned into a Hollywood movie. Then you can say you know. I
better be your first, second, or third text when you finally get that thing signed up and tell me who's starring in this, because I want it to be a stone cold stud. Channing Tatum or nothing. That's what you should tell him. Walk in there and say Channing Tatum or nothing, and that's who's going to play you, Channing Tatum.
I didn't mean to laugh.
Channing Tatum, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'll text you at 2 a.m. sometime.
You should do that. I'll be up. Trust me. That's crazy. All right, 407-916-1041. Mike, as always, we really do appreciate your time and catching up with you. And I have to get over there. Somebody was asking me, what do you do, like, hobby-wise? You go fishing, or do you surf or hunt or anything?
I'm a woodworker. I've made most of the furniture in our house, and I go out on the gambling boat and I play golf. And so, life is good. Being retired is wonderful. It's just plain wonderful.
You should be part of a program just promoting
Seriously.
Quit working. Right.
That's the promotion right there.
As always, give me a round of applause.
Yay.
Mike,
thank you, Mike.
So much, buddy. We appreciate it. And we'll stay in touch with you. Anything happening with the book, let us know. And we'll gladly have you on to help promote the movie and the book at all times, bud.
All right, guys. Love you all.
Yeah, man. Love you too, man. We'll
Have
see you soon.
a great weekend.
All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up, guys. Pick the Porn is next.
Uh-oh.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Insperity. Another big weekend of the Tokyo Olympic Games is ahead. Finals in track and field, swimming, diving, beach volleyball, and gymnastics. Which heroes will emerge and become household names over the next 4 years? The world seems to be gaining on Team USA in sports we usually dominate, though. Women's soccer had an early defeat, and men's basketball has been struggling. Let's hope these early scares motivates Team USA. I'm Chris Collinsworth.
Providing scalable HR services, employee benefits, payroll, and HR technology for 30-plus years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
If you're from Orlando, you know how we do food in the City Beautiful. We waffle our chicken in Metro Diner, udon our noodles at Bento Asian Kitchen, and ye can always find the golden tenders at PDQ. That's why there's DoorDash. Get food from every neighborhood in Orlando. Food so good, it'll make you happier than that other happy place in town. Download the DoorDash app now to find your local favorites, made by Orlando. Order on DoorDash.
O'Reilly. This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's Cars for the Cat. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
When I met you in the summer.
It's time to live, laugh, and create memories again with MSC Cruises. Join us on some of the world's most modern and innovative ships. Discover again at our new private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, named Best New Cruise Destination. Cruise the Caribbean and Bahamas from Miami or Port Canaveral from $159 per person. Book now with free balcony upgrades and flexible booking changes. Call your travel advisor or visit MSCCruises.com. Restrictions apply. MSC Cruises, a world of discovery.
Duke Energy is ready to help you through this year's hurricane season. We're investing in a stronger, more resilient grid to help reduce and even prevent outages. And when storms strike, Duke Energy will be there to get the power back on as safely and quickly as possible, while keeping you informed. It's all part of building a smarter energy future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
You take steps to stay healthy when at the pharmacy picking up vitamins or filling a prescription.
May I help you?
Take another healthy step right now and ask the pharmacist how Prevnar 13 can help protect you from pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease. If you're 65 or older, a trip to the pharmacy is a lot more pleasant than a trip to the hospital because of pneumococcal pneumonia. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13-valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Stop by the pharmacy today and ask about Prevnar 13. Learn more at Prevnar13.com. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio.
104.1.
Real Radio.
104.1.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Your 5 o'clock keyword is GAME, G-A-M-E. It's still valid. You can still win. Text that to 200-200 for your shot at that $1,000. We'll give you another one here in about 15 minutes. Until then, your 5 o'clock keyword is GAME. Good luck. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is right there.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Good evening.
Let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
All aboard, yes. Guys, super
All
sober.
aboard.
Can you get a DUI on a train? Technically, I'm not driving. Guys, this is amazing because I have tickets to one of the most hyped up movies, man.
Really?
People are very, very excited. Reviews are coming in, and the reviews are killing it. I've actually had a friend who worked on this movie, and he told me personally, Ross, you are not ready for what Suicide Squad has to offer.
Really?
That's right.
It's supposed to be awesome. Rated R, kind of a Deadpoolish kind of feel.
So, is this a new Suicide Squad or not just a reimagined one?
I think they're just scrapping the whole first Suicide Squad because it was straight garbage.
Yeah, it was trash.
Well, then they got James Gunn, who's the creator of Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, the director who made people care about something that they didn't really know existed beforehand.
Right. That's so true.
James Gunn is really, really good at what he does. He's not the best at Twitter back in the day, but he is the person at the helm of Suicide Squad, and I have a pair of tickets to the advance screening of James Gunn, the Suicide Squad. I'm legit trying to go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
When is it?
Let's go. Let's hold hands. Let's hold hands.
When is it?
It's going down at the Altamont 18, August 3rd at 7:30. Jack, we can make it. It's in theaters and streaming on HBO Max on August 6th. I'm trying to go see it in theaters. This movie is supposed to rip. This movie's supposed to bump. Let's get our James Gunn on.
You're not going, and I'm not going.
What do you mean?
I'm out of town, so you're producing the show. You can't leave early.
You can't tell me what to do. Yes, you can.
I can.
Yeah, you can. Also, in the sauce jar, if you win trivia, this is great.
That went south quickly.
Yeah, I did. Sorry. If you win trivia, your name and phone number is getting put on a list, and it's a good list.
That's all the time we have for. Good
Summer
night,
stuff,
everybody.
MacBook Pro 70-inch PS5. I've done it for 45 freaking times. You know what the deal is. That is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage, a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company that can handle whatever move you have in store. And if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you'll get a discount. So book them today at centomoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O moving.com. Back to you, Jim.
Thanks, Deb. Appreciate that. Ross, who is first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Dan.
Right up top. Dan, how are you?
Doing great. How you doing?
Good, buddy. It is time for Pick the Porn. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
You looking for your titles? Or
No, I'm just making sure I got the right thing here.
Jimmy, they think you're having a sexual experience.
Do they really? All right. I've heard that one before. All right, Dan, here we go. Today is Friday. That means it's time for Pick the Porn. Here are 3 actual adult film titles and 1 lie that left its keys at the club.
Oh, no.
Listen closely, buddy. All right?
All right.
There you go. Number 1, Village of the Rammed. Number 2, Sorest Rump. Number 3, Spelunk My Junk. And lastly, prepare yourself.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Creature with the Black Harpoon.
I'm going to have to go with number 3.
God, Spelunk My Junk?
Was that your
Which
guess?
one, the Spelunk My Junk or the Creature with the Black Harpoon? Which one is it?
Which one did you guess?
The third one.
Oh, you got it. Damn it. Right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Way to try and get him, move him off the
This
pick.
guy, Dan, I want to just say him over again at least one more time.
Say it one more
Dan,
time.
you're a winner. You don't even know. There you go. Just be oblivious and
Well, I
win.
the other 2.
You already seen the other 2? I got it. You started him, he says. All right, Dan, there you go. You win. First try. I hate that I'm picked the porn.
No, wait. So the Creature with the Black Harpoon is for real?
Let me tell you, man. I'm rolling through these things today, and I'm like, okay, Village of the Ram, that's good. Village of the Damned, everybody gets that. All right, okay, Sorest Rump, I get that. Forest Rump, it's a good play there.
Spelunk My Junk was pretty good, dude.
I made up Spelunk My Junk. I thought that was pretty good. I thought that would throw them off so I could say it at least one more time, because when I'm rolling today and I saw Creature with the Black Harpoon, I'm like, game over. Game over. I actually looked it up to see if it was real, because this news.
I thought the same thing.
Just
Ross.
watched. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
what?
Jack. I don't know. I saw like a trailer or something. I don't know, man.
Creature with a Black Harpoon?
Yeah. I just forgot I was at work. I was like, I just want to see what the graphic, what the movie poster looks like. And now I think I just went straight to a trailer. or
Yeah,
something.
it's not good, buddy. Don't type that in, by the way. It comes up on a very sketchy, German/Chinese website.
Oh, let's just check that.
It's just the actual website is just ... and then skulls. That's all it is. And it's like, you can't even do that. It's
You
not
got a
an
button
emoji.
for that?
Yeah, no. Village of the Rammed. Yeah.
I like Sorest Rump.
Sorest Rump. It's crazy. Ross, what's coming up for...
Jimmy, real quick. So Dan is now registered for Summer of Stuff. We also don't sleep on our Instagram page. You can go there, Jim Colbert, on Instagram, The Jim Colbert Show, and there's a chance for you to sign on there, follow us there to get selected to be part of the Summer of Stuff. If you have any questions on how to register, just go to JimColbertLive.com. There is a whole page there dedicated to give you the information you need on ways to register for the Summer of Stuff, courtesy of Code Black IT.
Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you very much.
That was great.
I told you it was going to be a dandy. Ross, what's coming up for thoughts?
Guys, we're going down movie lane. We're not just talking about Mr. Suicide Squad and James Gunn, but I saw a movie last night, and then I've also seen some making of the movies, and I've got some question for yous when it comes down to movies, man. I saw the Anthony Bourdain documentary last night, so I also have some advice when it comes to relationships.
All right, we'll do that next.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Your chance to win $1,000 is just minutes away on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Accident delay slowing you down eastbound on I-4 between the 408 and Anderson Street, taking up the left lane, heads up here. It's also slow all the way back to Conroy Road. We're still seeing heavy traffic westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. Southbound 429 is solid ride between Sinclair Road and I-4. The beach line still trouble-free. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa and Chips Ahoy are teaming up to bring you handcrafted beverages that'll make your summer adventures epic with delicious and creamy Chips Ahoy smoothies, milkshakes, and sundaes. They're crafted to crave at Wawa.
Man, if you're a business owner out there and you're feeling the pressures of running your business, there's a limit to what you can do and still keep employees engaged. Here's the good thing. Insperity brings 30 years of HR experience to help you with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance the entire time, giving your employees competitive benefit options. And look, man, after that, you're able to focus on other priorities. Your employees can thrive and your business can grow. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Full service HR, employee benefits, HR technology, it's Insperity. HR that makes a difference.
Florida, get ready for more savings at Walmart. Ooh, I can't wait. No sales tax weekend, July 31st through August 9th. Save more on the latest fashion, tech, and school supplies.
I'll get everything my kids need for school.
Cool sneakers and the latest styles from Justice, Reebok, and more.
And I'll get everything I want for me.
Don't miss No Sales Tax Weekend, Florida, July 31st through August 9th. Shop more with no sales tax on top of our everyday low prices at Walmart. Here we go. Offer good only in Florida on eligible items July 31st through August 9th, 2021.
A bounce check can be expensive. Why risk it when an Amscot cash advance could cost a lot less? Up to $500 on the spot with no credit check, and it won't hurt your credit rating. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
If you need a roof, don't pay more, pay less with Parliament Roofing. Nobody beats Parliament Roofing's prices, and if they can't get you approved, no one can. Call now for your free estimate with payments starting as low as $135 per month. Call pound 250 from a mobile phone and say the keyword Roof Me Now and get $500 off your new roof. That's pound 250 and say the keyword Roof Me Now for $500 off your new roof. Pound 250 Roof Me Now. Parliament Roofing. Nobody puts a quality roof on for less. Nobody.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Angel from the Monsters. You know how I feel about craft beers, and one of the best spots to go get you some is Tampa Bay. Why don't you plan a trip out to Tampa Bay? And while you're out there, sign up for Bay Crafted Pass. With the Bay Crafted Pass, you can earn yourself a pint glass, a t-shirt. All you have to do is go to baycrafted.com. You sign up there, put your information there, and you can earn yourself a pint glass or a t-shirt. While you're in Tampa Bay, make sure you visit Cigar City. Make sure you visit Motorworks. Tampa Bay, best concentration of craft breweries in Central Florida, and it's brought to you by Bay Crafted, baycrafted.com. Sign up now.
Did you know that Solis Health Plans gives you up to $1,200 per year in OTC products? Call now, 1-833-33-SOLIS, 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans, amazing healthcare just around the corner.
At Walgreens, we're committed to the fight against COVID-19. That's why we offer no-cost, contactless COVID-19 testing with same-day results at thousands of locations nationwide for patients ages 3 and up. Our pharmacy experts have administered millions of tests and are here to help when you need us. Schedule your COVID-19 test at no cost to you at walgreens.com/COVID-19 testing.
No cost to you with most insurance or government assistance. For ages 3 and up at select test locations. Test results turnaround time may vary by location depending on test type.
This Saturday only, get 50% off jeans for women and kids at Old Navy. This one-day deal isn't one to miss. Grab 50% off jeans for women and kids this Saturday only, and only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 7/31. Select styles only.
You take steps to stay healthy when at the pharmacy picking up vitamins or filling a prescription.
May I help you?
Take another healthy step right now and ask the pharmacist how Prevnar 13 can help protect you from pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease. If you're 65 or older, a trip to the pharmacy is a lot more pleasant than a trip to the hospital because of pneumococcal pneumonia. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13-valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Stop by the pharmacy today and ask about Prevnar 13. Learn more at Prevnar13.com. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com.
This year full of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware, toolsacehardware.com.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Norwegian Cruise Line is back and sailing this summer. Kick back in the Caribbean or take in the stunning sights in Europe. And with our robust health and safety program, you can cruise confidently. Book today and enjoy 30% off all cruises, free open bar, free airfare, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free.
Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Top dollar for your trade. See how much we pay at SutherlandBuysCars.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynch Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio 104.1 has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword EASY, 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 to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and information. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's EASY, to 200-200. And may your efforts bear fruit.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening to us every single day. And you do.
You know you do.
We see. We peach.
I can't believe one song decided to use that one keyboard feature.
Which would be what?
It's just like on a lot of keyboards, it's like fireworks.
Dog barking.
Dog barking.
Yeah.
Let's go dog barking.
All right. Bark, 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 bark.
Bark, bark, bark.
All right, 407-916-1041. Your 6 o'clock keyword is...
Easy.
Easy, EASY. Text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Again, it's the last one we will have for you. So let's make this last one great. EASY, easy. Text it to 200-200 right now. And good luck. We would love to see you win that $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird.
Open it up.
It's funny.
Smack it.
Sometimes.
Fondle.
It's Ross.
Pour it out.
Spelled like sauce.
Get Jimmy's attention.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Put it in a blender and blend it up. I don't know. Yep, that's what I was looking for. Welcome to Ross Thoughts, guys. I have fallen back in love with movies.
Oh, have you now?
I've been watching.
I didn't know that you had a separation of love with movies.
I guess a little bit. There's been a lot of good TV series that's really grabbed my attention, but back and give me 2 hours, a beginning, middle, and end, an act 1 that's 15%, act 2 that's 66%, and then do the math, another 15% for act 3.
What about the 4?
Or about the 4 credits, Jack.
There you
Eat
go.
it.
Good job.
Check this out.
Just trying to help you, dummy.
There's only one.
Damn, you're stupid.
There's only one thing that I love more than movies right now, and that's the making of movies.
Okay. You've actually suggested a number of those for our What'd You Do That's New segment, so I know you're into it.
I find them far more, or I shouldn't say far more, but just as fascinating, and at times even far more fascinating and interesting than the damn piece of art that they made.
All right.
The movies that made us, season 2 came out. I recommended one episode off of the first season for What'd You Do That's New, the making of Home Alone.
Right.
And that was just so insane to me when you find out that they sent the script to John Williams as a joke, and John Williams was like, yeah, I love it. Let's do it.
That's crazy, right?
That's insane. And I love those little details. Well, I actually watched 2 episodes off of season 2, Jurassic Park and Forrest Gump. And I was overwhelmed by how interesting the stories of those movies coming to the silver screen were. Unbelievable. First of all, I'm not sure if you guys are aware or if our audience is, but I think in my lifetime, Jurassic Park is the biggest game changer and possibly just all cinema history when it comes to computer graphics finally being integrated at that high of a level in movies.
I would say that too. I would think Star Wars had a little bit of that, and maybe even I would even go back to Raiders. Had some of that stuff, but not the CGI stuff. But I mean, those are the 2 movies I remember using special effects at an extraordinary level before, anybody else. But Jurassic was there at a massive level. Creating fields of running dinosaurs was unheard of.
So Star Wars and let's go with RoboCop, all of those special computer graphics, if special effects, we'll call them, they used a lot of stop motion. Well, Jurassic Park was actually set up to also incorporate stop motion. They had the best in the biz. They got the guy from Star Wars. They got the guy from Raider. All of those movies, whenever there's only really one guy who is just the top 1% of being stop motion. He's the stop motion guy. Stop motion is, of course, when you have like a miniature and then you take a photo and all that.
The old Rudolph things.
Well, the biggest problem... Yeah.
King Kong was done that. I think the original King Kong was done with stop motion.
But the biggest problem with stop motion and why the audience goes, well, that looks weird, that looks funny, is actually a pretty fun fact. It's motion blur. A big part about movie making is just recreating what we see from day to day. If I move my arm fast, you don't see it, but you do see the blur that my arm moves.
Right, yeah.
Well, stop motion could not incorporate motion blur when it comes to for an effect, because the whole thing of it is taking a photo and then moving it, taking a photo and moving it. Well, then came computer-generated images.
Right, yeah.
And the guy who was tasked to go ahead and the guy who ended up changing the game for all movies from that point on, still kind of the problem that we face even today in movies is how much CG do we incorporate?
Right, yeah.
Well, he wasn't even supposed to do it. He was a rule breaker and was told, yeah, forget it, don't even try it. And he was just addicted to being told no. And he went, all right, cool, I hear you. Went back to his little dungeon, nerded out, and realized, I think I might be onto something here. And that was also, this is the saddest part about the making of Jurassic Park, was that they were already shooting some of the stop motion scenes with these dinosaurs.
Right, yeah.
Which then had the artist, the guy, the special effects guy doing the stop motion, finding out during the making of that film that not only is he can stop, but your art, your
None
trade,
of that's going to make it.
It's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. Yep.
And this is why I'm bringing this up. One of the most savage moments I've ever heard in any making of any film ever. He goes ahead, he finds out that his career is basically on its last legs, and he gets ridiculously depressed because he finds out that none of his stop motion dinosaurs are really going to be in this thing.
He is obsolete. His technology is currently obsolete.
So Spielberg goes up to him and asks him to make sure that he's okay. And he goes, I know that you're probably taking this pretty bad. And then the guy goes, yeah, I just feel extinct. And Spielberg looked at him and said, oh, I love that line. We got to put that in the movie.
The only contribution he made was a line contribution, not his actual work.
Well, kind of, because what ended up happening was that the computer graphics, the CGI in that film, still needed a lot of direction. How do we make this move? We can make anything we want now, but we don't know how a dinosaur runs. Well, the guy with the figurines going, this is what I would do, ends up coaching them. But that was so painfully interesting to me. The making of Forrest Gump and finding out that there was a woman producer who was just so adamant about making this movie, and finally it chilled in a box for years upon years until finally another person read it and was like, the script is complete ass. We need to rewrite this thing, but I have fallen in love with Forrest Gump. Let's make this happen. And then finding out that Tom Hanks and Bob Zemeckis, they ended up being heavy producers and started shooting shots off to the side, kind of in secret, to make this film a reality. And the reason why I bring this up, what movie would you guys make? What genre? You guys are all creative people to a certain degree, right?
Yeah. Well, I would probably make a thriller. I would want to make something like a Jason Bourne movie.
Yeah, so like a thriller action?
Yeah, without question, I'd want to make a Jason Bourne movie of some sort, like a real espionage, CIA, kind of semi-intellectual black ops kind of thing. That's what it would be. That or horror.
Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? There's no rules in movie, baby. In movies, you can combine the two. You can make a thriller action horror film.
You can.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Deb, what kind of movie would you make?
Supernatural.
Supernatural?
Something like The Conjuring, like
Something
that?
like that, yeah.
So like a horror film.
Or a Harry Potter-esque type movie.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Exactly,
All right. Deb or Jack?
Man, My name just floats around the damn room, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Goes to Jim, now it's a Jack. Sometimes it lands on me.
Organized crime heist movie.
Of course.
Where,
He's a Hoboken.
Where the Ross character dies in every scene.
Oh, right. Death wheeze.
Hey,
like Kenny.
He can only die once.
So like an Ocean's 13 or an Italian Job kind of movie?
Yeah.
A real sophisticated heist movie?
Yeah, like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, you got the big twist.
Gotta get a Pulp Fiction angle.
Big cast, like a big ensemble cast, like the Ocean's movies, or more of a lone wolf kind of guy?
Yeah, this like a lone wolf, big cast kind of deal.
Okay, you're such an ass.
And I'm so jealous of just these gargantuan efforts that go into these films, and I really want to experience that before I die. I'm over here saving money up for a wedding, and I'm like, why don't we just make a movie, though? And she is not about it.
Yeah, no, not going to be about that at all.
She doesn't like the idea.
She doesn't.
She doesn't like the idea of me hiring PAs and a director and all that.
Instead of flowers and a cinematographer and hors d'oeuvres.
Gonna need to redo that bouquet toss, please. And we need the prettier girl up front to catch it.
We need some script help on this prenup.
Yeah, back
5 to show. 5 to show.
Action! I do. I really don't think she's going to buy it. But before we get out of here and just talking about, go watch the movies that made us, because it's so
great.
fascinating
It is great.
to me.
The Die Hard one's great. The Home Alone one is great. They're all great.
And they just dropped season 2. But last night I saw the Anthony Bourdain movie that a lot of people are talking about, the documentary that definitely is brutally honest. And there's one thing I wanted to end this segment with, is that there's a scene in the movie where it's towards the end and he's with his third wife, Asia, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Asia Argento. I don't know if they ever got married.
No, they were just dating.
Thank you. They were very, very close, but there's a moment where you see her kind of uncomfortable because he is looking at the camera saying she is the best parker of a car I've ever seen. She's so good at parking. She's the best. She is absolutely the best behind a wheel when it comes to parallel parking, parking lot parking, and she starts getting uncomfortable. And the reason why is because he switched his addiction over to her. And I wanted to end this with going, do not just overwhelmingly swarm your lady. And that's the same exact thing when it comes to ladies towards men as well. Be your own individual first and foremost in a relationship.
Right, don't let their identity become yours.
Oh God, it was uncomfortable of a clip, and it's
weird because of how independent he seemed to be. But I've heard and read that when he was around her, he turned into a different human being, and he wasn't the maverick that you saw jaunting around the country and the world eating food and taking chances. He was just like, a kid trying to get a lot of attention from somebody.
Whether it be a major motion picture that's now part of American history, whether it be a documentary about an American pioneer, all I'm trying to say is that I love movies so much, and my God, I'm going to make one day.
Okay. I like that.
I'm going to look at you guys right in your eyes, and I'm going to tell you I'm going to make a movie.
On this day, July 30th, 2021, Ross Padgett states, I will make a movie, a major motion picture.
Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Michael Che from SNL. You guys know him? Oh, man, just knee-deep. Knee-deep. Twitter's a wonderful thing. We'll tell you why next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the rest, buy from the best. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Accident delay slowing you down eastbound on I-4 between the 408 and Anderson Street, taking up the left lane, heads up here. It's also slow all the way back to Conroy Road. We're still seeing heavy traffic westbound on I-4 between World Drive and 429. Southbound 429 is solid ride between Sinclair Road and I-4. The beach line still trouble-free. See traffic problems? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for a job? Contact Express Employment Professionals and be part of their national hiring event. With one application, Express connects you with multiple employers and never charges a fee. Go to ExpressPros.com, find your nearest office, and call Express today.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware, toolsacehardware.com.
Tickets are on sale now for our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 17th and 18th in Las Vegas. Billie Eilish, Cheap Trick, Coldplay, Dua Lipa, Phineas, Florida Georgia Line, J. Cole, Journey, Khalid, Lil Baby, Maroon 5, Nelly, Sam Hunt, Weezer, and more on the T-Mobile Arena nighttime stage. Get tickets now through AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Right now at Old Navy, get kids' styles on sale up to 50% off. Styles start at just $6. Grab amazing back-to-school styles for the kids with new amazing deals every single day. Get Kids Active from just $10 and jeans from $12. Get back-to-school shopping now with kids' styles on sale up to 50% off. Can't wait? Order at OldNavy.com now and pick up in store or with contactless curbside pickup for fast and worry-free shopping. Valid 7/26 through 8/9. Select styles only.
You've heard me talk about Legacy Box a lot. It's something that I did at the beginning of the year. I'm so glad that I did this. Legacy Box is a simple way to digitally preserve all of your old home movies. Now, if you have like 8mm film like I did, and mine were from like the late 60s, early 70s. A lot of people have like a video, and a lot of that video film and stuff like that, it's not meant to last forever. It starts diminishing after 10 to 15 years, so you want to save those, and you want to save those memories forever. We did this, and oh my goodness, I was able to watch all these old home movies that my mom and dad took of us, like for my first and second birthday, my sister's birthday, and we didn't have an 8mm video like camera any longer. You send everything into Legacy Box, and they have an experienced team that creates a digital collection of all this stuff. That way you've got it forever. They put it up on the cloud, they put it on a thumb drive or a DVD, and you have it saved forever thanks to Legacy Box. I'm so glad that we did it, and you will be too. It's a great gift to give somebody, and if you have your wedding video, right? You don't want to just have it on video because if something happens to it, you'll lose it forever. Send it off to the Legacy Box and let them save it for you. And if you do it now, you'll get 40% off. It's legacybox.com/monsters, legacybox.com/monsters.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also accepting real estate donations.
It gets hot in the summertime, and last year, I'm so glad I found Mills Air because they were able to switch out my old system for a Carrier system, and I saved so much money when it comes to my power bill. It is millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Have them check out your system, millsair.com.
Hey, Orlando. Passionate about serving your community, Chick-fil-A restaurants in the Orlando area are looking for people like you who want to help customers and be rewarded. Most Chick-fil-A restaurants offer unique benefits that may include competitive pay, scholarship opportunities, a guaranteed day off each week, a friendly work environment, and more. Apply to be a team member at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant today by visiting chickfil-a.com/careers. Most Chick-fil-A restaurants are operated by independent franchise business owners in their communities.
Team USA is ready for the Olympic Games, and so is Jacob.
Whoa! I've got my lucky shirt and Xfinity Flex.
Oh yeah, Jacob's family got Xfinity Internet with Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig, and a Flex 4K streaming box free, plus Peacock Premium included, so Jacob is ready for anything.
Go Team USA!
With the best of the Olympics and top streaming apps, it's all of Jacob's favorites in one place. Entertainment starts at free with Flex, included with Xfinity Internet.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for only $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. And get a Flex 4K streaming box free. Plus, ask about Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. Offer ends August 8th, so go online, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New performance starter customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig speed Wi-Fi requires gigabit internet and compatible X5 gateway. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Peacock subscription required.
Xfinity, proud partner of Team USA.
They're coming after your rights. Are you tired of big government making choices for you, what you can and cannot do? Well, we've sent legislation to the governor's desk to repeal the banning of the sale of lawn darts. If we don't get our lawn darts back, they will come for our guns. That's how it happens. Ask Stalin. To support our cause, visit us at itwasjustacoupleofkids.com. Get over it.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, right here in Maitland, Florida. Hope you guys have a big weekend planned. It's supposed to be super hot outside, so go out there and blow it out on the beach, out on the river, on the lakes. Just enjoy yourself. Be careful, please. Mind your drinking. Everybody wants to have a good time. Don't do anything dumb.
Mind the rip currents,
That's
too.
right,
Definitely check out that stuff at the lifeguard tower if you're going to the beach.
Absolutely. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever to inform yourself before you headed over if they're having issues. Usually they put markers up to let you know. On the lifeguard towers, if you're a weak swimmer, swim near one so that if something happens, you can be in good shape.
And we did a story recently in Woke News about a man who he and his wife, knee-deep water, double red flags, thought it was just an advisory. Turns out that's the law. If double red flags are flying, you're not supposed to get in the water.
Right. Even knee-high. It can overwhelm you. All it's got to do is get you off your feet, and you're donezo.
There you go.
407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, Ross are here as well. Your 6 o'clock keyword is easy, EASY. Text that to 200-200 for your shot to win that $1,000. Leesburg show tomorrow night is sold out, so if you did not get your ticket to the We Bring the Comedy to You tour, the second and last leg of the show.
That's right.
Is sold completely out. I guess you could get your name on a waiting list if they had cancellations. That's the best you can do. But if not, other than that, it's sold clean.
Yeah, no, there's already a storm brewing for the second
leg.
round.
I love it. Already making contacts for vendors?
There has been some talks, not contacts with vendors, but I know there's a couple hot spots.
Some locations out there?
That should be a different term, but there's a couple of places that I've done comedy in the past where I went, whoa, you guys are making me feel way too good, too cool, way too much like a rock star.
Gonna make that happen there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Loving that. All right, very good. Before we went to break, I told you guys, everybody's familiar with Michael Che?
Michael Che has a very successful, I don't know if it's too, I just thought it was very, very good, a sketch show on HBO Max. He's also one of the lead anchors on SNL's Weekend Update.
Yeah, he's one of the two there with Colin Jost. He is the Weekend Update pairing there. Also, he is a stand-up comedian, and he does have this show. It's called Michael Che...
That Damn Michael Che.
That Damn Michael Che. And you actually recommended one of his shows for the What'd You Do That's New. You can see the master list right now, among other great stuff we have up there. Jack put a ton of stuff up today at JimColbertLive.com. Lots of Olympic stuff, too. Did you guys hear the jokes, by the way? Do you guys know what happened?
No.
I said actually on Twitter, it was reposted on Twitter, but this originated from his Instagram account, which, of course, I'll give you the example of what happened. So Michael Che, known, by the way, for being a little bit controversial, has gotten himself in some trouble before with his mouth. He's on SNL, so he has not only that platform, other platforms as well. Here are the jokes, right?
All right.
It says, what he tweeted out first, he said on Thursday, Che posted this since-deleted Instagram story, "Man, I want to make fun of Simone Biles." That's what he says. Followed by, "I got like 3 minutes of Simone Biles jokes in my head. I'm going to the cellar tonight to say them into a microphone. And as the dorky kids say, I'm choosing violence." Right? Then he shared 2 jokes from Instagram users to his story and rated the jokes out of 10, seen below in the Twitter account, right? The screenshot. These were the jokes. Now, it's weird because he said he's just reposted these. It doesn't say that he wrote those. He shared 2 jokes from Instagram users to his story. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Quote, this is the joke. "Larry Nassar understands Simone Biles better than anyone. he too had to quit during what he loved at the pinnacle of his career because of mounting pressure.
Yeah, as soon as you said Larry Nassar, I was shaking my head.
Yeah. That was, and then Che wrote, GD, that's rough, absolutely tasteless, 9 out of 10. Right? And though he said he was rough and tasteless, he gave it almost a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then it went on from there. And, of course, what do you think he said after all this was said and done?
Oh, God, I hope he didn't say it was just jokes.
Man, I got hacked today.
Oh, you POS.
Can't believe they got me. Y'all know I only do jokes about whites and cops. It's all good now. I changed my password and everything. Anyway, y'all hear about the baby? Trying to kind of making fun of, kind of refocusing the argument elsewhere. That's crazy. All right, I'll see y'all at church. I'm gonna get there early. That's what he tweeted out, the old Instagram I got hacked thing. So I will tell you, man, like if you make a joke or do something like that, and it's bad. I mean, you got to own it a little bit. I don't know if you can do the hack thing. Like I've been in situations like this where I said something that didn't go over very well, and I would rather just say I'm sorry to somebody for making a bad joke, which I've done after making a joke that didn't go over well at all. I've done that and said sorry. I had to do it on the air. You have to do that sometimes. You just have to man up and take your lump sometimes. I got to tell you, man. You will never in your life hear Jim Colbert use the I got hacked thing unless I actually did. If I said something and it meant that it got that action, I would just own it. And I would hope that people would accept my apology, but I would never do that hacking thing. That is the bitchest move of all time, especially if you consider yourself an edgy comic or an edgy personality, and you got on that edge and you say something you think is great and funny, and then you get called on it. Somebody pulls your card, and then you hit them with that Instagram hacking thing. That's a bitch-ass move, man. I'm actually surprised with that because that guy's stand-up is funny, and he seems like a guy that could take the heat. But he can't. He cannot take it. I don't know if NBC told him snatch it, whatever the case may be. But man, listen, when you own that kind of stuff, I mean, when you say that thing, you got to own it.
You had the one guy who, for a tweet, lost his gig before he even did one show.
Right?
Do you remember?
Right.
It wasn't a tweet. It was a podcast clip, and his name was Shane Gillis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
there was a lot of racial stuff, though, right?
Yeah, and even then, it was. I'm not defending what he did, but it was pulled out of context. He's saying offensive things, but it's an act out. If I remember correctly, it was an act out of someone who's a terrible person. It wasn't his feelings toward...
It was just caught out of context, and they put it up, and it just cost him his entire gig.
Yeah. And that's here or there. That's not for me to say that he should or should not have, stayed with SNL. But I did find it funny, if I remember correctly, that it was some sort of Asian thing that got him in hot trouble, and then there was also when they hired Bowen Yang.
Oh yeah.
And Bowen Yang goes on to win or got nominated for an Emmy, but like on the first or second episode of Bowen Yang, I thought they put Bowen Yang in a very
tough spot.
Not tough spot, but in a very caricature.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Of an Asian person, and I thought like, well, that's. Yeah, that's pretty wild.
But SNL used to not, from what I understand, I suggested Eddie Murphy's interview with Mark Maron from the WTF podcast for What'd You Do That's New this week, which I think you guys are going to love.
I've already started, and you're right.
It's incredible, right? So, and he talks about that, like the back in the day, back with movie producers and casting directors, especially with SNL, they would be like, they would put the word out, hey, SNL's looking for a black guy. Or SNL's looking for a black girl, or SNL's looking for an Asian or a Latino or whatever, because they understood the diversity issue, because primarily the show has been run by white people. So they've been doing that for many, many years, even going back to Eddie Murphy's gig, trying to create that.
It's my whole thing, my biggest pet peeve when someone makes a very tasteless joke, or if the joke really, really bombs, is when they fall on the comedy shield that I personally don't really think exists.
Which is?
Just joking. Joking.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, you can say that. If you're a comedian and you say something edgy, you do have the ability to go, hey, look, I am a comedian. Anthony Jeselnik deals with this all the time.
Yeah.
I am a comedian. I say things on stage that are supposed to be funny, but the nature of me being on this stage should tell you these are jokes. These aren't meant to harm anybody. By the way, somebody's saying, hey, man, are you for real? That was a joke. It was funny AF. He knows everybody understands he wasn't hacked. Well, I will tell you, I've read 3 stories on this, and he hasn't responded to any of their comments because he didn't put up anything leading you to believe that he was hacked. I mean, you could read that, and I guess it could have been sarcastic, but that's not how it's being framed across the nation right now, that he just backed out and claimed it was hacked because he didn't want to deal with the heat because of the Simone Biles thing.
No, all news outlets are saying that he's claiming that he was hacked.
Yeah. Anthony Jeselnik has made a career out of being that edgy comedian, right?
Yes.
Michael Che has a different role because he's a head writer on Saturday Night Live, does Weekend Update. He has a different image and different connection with the audience.
Too, yeah.
Right. So this tweet and these jokes and anything he does in his world will have an effect on his other job, and it could negatively affect that job.
Yeah.
Where Anthony Jeselnik, you expect it. He said, this is who I am. This is so no one's surprised when he does something outrageous because that's his gig.
He tells you actually during one of his acts that when somebody sees a really terrible news story on television, whether it be a shooting or anything like that,
or a Yankee legend dying,
right? He immediately gets text from all of his friends saying, "Don't do it." Whatever you're about to tweet out about this event, don't do it. Save your career. I guess after the Aurora shooting, his first tweet after that was, other than that, how was the movie? And that got him in a world of S. He had to wind up taking that down. And he's put up a lot of stuff like that calls extremely uncomfortable situations into comedy. But you know what? People have been doing that for a very long time, creating extremely uncomfortable situations, whether it be around human sexuality or racial situations. It's just comedy's dealt with, I think, comedy and film and art have probably dealt with those situations better than anybody over the history of time. The understanding and negotiating of those really difficult situations between people from different ethnicities and religions and faiths and countries and cultures. I don't know that there's been a better manipulator of that than comedy, or I should say navigator of that than comedy or film or art, really.
And you got to know your audience at the end of the day of going, where is the line? And that's my whole reason why I feel, because I've seen so many comedians go up and try something wildly edgy, and they're biting way too much. They can't chew it. They can't sign up for that. And then they get upset and they go, I was just joking. It's like, at the end of the day, those things are still falling out of your mouth, and you are signing up for it. And now you have to deal with whatever is next.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Just move on about some other new movie stuff. Since and I know you guys had some red tide information that you just got during the break as well, right? Like Jack was saying that the 600 tons of fish have been killed by this red tide across Florida.
CNN was doing a report on what's happening in the Gulf, the west coast of Florida, and they talked about 600 tons of dead sea life have now been they're dealing with all up and down the coast.
Enjoy your vacation.
And it's so bad that, of course, 600 tons of dead sea life is attracting flies.
Mm-hmm.
So those who have homes on the bay are having a particularly difficult time. But if you're thinking of going to West Coast beaches and you're dealing with any kind of respiratory issue, or someone in your friends or family you definitely want to check, because the National Weather Service actually had to issue an alert for red tide. It's affecting several beaches, Manatee County, Sarasota.
And it can affect you. If
Absolutely.
you swim in those waters or get near those waters, Deb's saying that because it can affect you, your respiratory system.
Yeah, it can cause sneezing, runny, watery eyes, but even worse if you have a compromised immune system.
Absolutely. Movie-wise, I was going to tell you guys,
I love them.
One of the interesting things, since things have opened back up, of course, this is before the push that we're having right now with the Delta variant. But when it looked like everything was going to kind of be okay, and we were going to make it through this, and we will. I mean, I agree with what Sean said, the news junkie. This will probably be a month, when this thing rolls through, because of how it's going to happen. I think it'll be good on the other side. I kind of agree with that. But a movie I've been waiting for a year and a half now is the trailer finally dropped. and I simply cannot wait. It's the new James Bond movie, No Time to Die.
They dropped another trailer?
Well, it's the same one, but I got to re-see it, and I think they recut part of it to make it relevant because I think this movie was supposed to come out last April, wasn't it?
So, Jimmy, whenever all these new movies that are coming out, and it was last April, they pushed it back to October, and then they pushed it back to this year, April, and then this year, October.
Right.
So it's a year and a half after they expected to release it. But out of all the movies that said are only in theaters, I'm like, I'll wait. This is one that's like, I'll go to a theater to see that.
Yeah, I am definitely going to go to theater. I am an absolute goon for the James Bond series. Everything about it I've loved since I was a kid. One of my first kind of edgy movies I ever saw as a kid was To Live and Let Die. The voodoo-based movie, James Bond movie with Roger Moore, the great Roger Moore. And the thing about that was so interesting is the longest boat jump, I think the Guinness World Record boat jump was shot for that movie. They jump over a road from one body of water to the other. And
Louisiana?
Yeah. You just couldn't get it any better for me, man. James Bond was it. If I could have been anybody as a kid, you could take all those superhero dodos and flush them down the toilet. I want to be James Bond.
It's why I grew up believing like that Roger Moore was the best James Bond because that was our era.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
Those were the movies that we were introduced to. I have a different opinion now. Everyone knows it's George Lazenby. But
I'm happy that I got that.
Yeah, one movie guy. And by the way, he conned his way into that movie.
Yeah.
That's an interesting story about Lazenby getting that gig.
It's a good documentary.
Actually, Daniel Craig, whether it's
He's
Casino Royale, I think
he's
he
the best.
nailed it with that, and I'm really looking forward to this. And it might be his last one. I know they've rumored about they always seem to talk about who's next. You know, I don't know if he said he's done.
I thought it was supposed to be Idris Elba.
Oh, God,
I've heard that.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
It would be so cool to see another kind of incarnation of James Bond. We've seen the same white guy for a really long time, whether it be Roger Moore or what was the one that did all the ones like Moonraker. I can never remember this guy's name.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan, Timothy Dalton.
There you go.
It was Roger Moore in Moonraker, but Timothy Dalton, he was the one I think who gets panned as the worst, and of course. Sean Connery. But I wanted to go. The only thing I didn't like about Bond is that he was kind of soft. You know, he was just kind of he didn't look like he was that tough. And when Daniel Craig came along, I was like, well, there's a Bond. I mean, this guy gets his ass kicked occasionally. People land shots. Yeah. You know, he's actually out there. I mean, it seems semi-believable. He's like strapped in that chair just getting beat.
Oh, man. Just the greatest. He is the greatest.
Now,
Bond? You like Bond, Deb?
No.
You never liked any of that stuff?
I've never seen a single one.
You're gonna like it. We're
No.
gonna make you watch them all.
Really?
Yeah, I get enough misogyny in real life.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, actually, I don't need to pay $20 a ticket and another $15 for a small soda to get a taste of, just wake up.
I got you.
Bravo, Deborah.
Thank you.
Well played, Deb. Well played.
Thank you. Thank you. I wish it weren't true, gentlemen. Wish
medal
it weren't true.
Gold medal performance. You don't have to go to the military.
Well, I'll say this, that the Daniel Craig movies have really dialed that aspect of it back when it comes to
the misogyny thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they really have. I mean, he's not a complete poonhound now.
No.
Not like Roger Moore. That guy couldn't get into a phone booth without getting laid.
Exactly.
That guy was banging everything.
Yeah.
He would walk past a duck slow. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, you watch one of those movies, you're like, oh, this is how it used to be, huh?
Oh, yeah. This guy was just slaying it everywhere. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text our show, 77031. You guys, load them up. 407-916-1041. Let's do last call. Get somebody registered for the Summer of Stuff. Let's do that next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call. 407-916-1041. Brought to you by Heineken.
This Real Radio 1041 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. A couple of isolated thunderstorms this evening, giving way to mostly clear skies late tonight. The low 77, still on the warm side for those overnight lows thanks to a southwest flow coming in off the Gulf of Mexico. The high tomorrow 95. Lower rain chances this weekend. Our Saturday afternoon storm chance straight to isolated at 30%. On Sunday, a 40% chance, the high 96, but a rainier pattern next week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by the National Flood Insurance Program.
Florida is my paradise, so even as the storms grow more frequent, my passion keeps me going. My flood insurance helps me stay.
Protect your corner of the world with flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov.
Brought to you by the National Flood Insurance Program.
No matter the challenges, we were there with a stronger, more reliable energy grid.
When our community struggled, we were there with flexible payment arrangements and other support.
And as the sun comes out, bringing the promise of a brighter tomorrow, we will still be here.
With energy that's reliable, affordable, and cleaner than ever, we're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
When I lost my Chase debit card, I was like... But I locked my card on my Chase mobile app, and that feels like... That's what security feels like. Card locked.
Check and lock down your money with security from Chase. Control feels good. Learn more at chase.com/banking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Enroll in Chase online or on the Chase mobile app. Messaging and data rates may apply. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
You don't want to mess with the IRS. They have the power to garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. That's all true. But thankfully, they're offering a way out. The Fresh Start Initiative. If you qualify, you could save thousands. The experts at Optima Tax Relief will fight to get you the best deal possible. And they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau to prove it. Call Optima for your free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
For many men, divorce brings a bewildering sense of loss. You feel adrift, isolated, like you're the only person in the world. But the good news is, you're not alone. Cordell & Cordell can help guide you through all aspects of divorce. Let us be there for you.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Did you know that Solis Health Plans gives you up to $1,200 per year in OTC products? Yes, up to $1,200 per year in OTC products. Brand name quality products. That's a relief. Furthermore, with Solis, you don't have a copay when visiting primary doctors or specialists. Zero. Call now and join a local health plan that makes a difference. 1-833-33-SOLIS. 1-833-33-SOLIS. Solis Health Plans. Amazing healthcare just around the corner.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 7168, Equal Housing.
In St. Pete Clearwater, let your senses be your guide. Follow the incredible aroma of outdoor dining under a starlit night, or see the sunset over the Gulf, painting a magnificent orange and red sky. Feel the gentle breeze on a leisurely stroll along the new St. Pete Pier, or let every sense come alive at the Salvador Dali Museum. Sounds like it's time for a fall getaway. You can sense it. Plan your fall escape to America's best beaches at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track. Daytona, a last chance to keep playoff hopes alive. It's time to bring your friends and family to watch the drama unfold up close and in person. NASCAR comes to Daytona International Speedway August 27th and 28th. Tickets start at just $49. Get yours at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Twin Peaks Orlando is hiring all positions, including line cooks and support staff. If you're interested in working in a fun and exciting environment, apply in person today at Lake Buena Vista, iDrive, or Altamont Springs. Or text TP Jobs to 85000. We look forward to seeing you soon.
This Saturday only, get 50% off jeans for women and kids at Old Navy. This one-day deal isn't one to miss. Grab 50% off jeans for women and kids this Saturday only, and only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 7/31. Select styles only.
When it comes to power, trust the source. SolarSource.com.
The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio. 104.1.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, as we kind of pack up the shop for the week, head into our weekend, and get ready for a fun one.
It's good music right here, yeah.
Turn this up. What is it?
This sounds like Led Zeppelin.
Like Black Crowes.
But it's probably not.
Deb, you nailed it.
Oh, it's Led Zeppelin.
It's Greta Van Fleet.
It's Greta Van Fleet. There.
See, happens every time, man.
I like that, and I also don't like that. It's such a bittersweet thing, and they have to experience that same bittersweetness.
Yeah. It just turns out where you sound exactly like the singer. When I say him, it is exactly like Robert Plant.
Yeah.
Listen to that. Are you kidding me?
I know. It fools me.
I like him. Man, it sounds like the old, like the OG first 2-3 records Robert Plant when he was still really young. All right, 407-916-1041. We do have one line open, 407-916-1041. One line open for last call. We'll get somebody registered for the Summer of Stuff here in 1 second. Last call for you guys who are just tuning in. Look at it like a graffiti. Like, hop in, say to go up to Leesburg and see Sauce do some stand-up with the rest of the crew. Sabrina Ambra from the News Junkie, Joel Warren, who is Sabrina's partner in her demo show.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you've heard him here on the program as well. And then, of course, Christophe Jean, you've heard him here as well. And he's painfully funny.
I got a big decision to make. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go because it's going to be a weekend filled with me watching the Olympics. I have pretzel sticks, and then I have the honey mustard pretzels, right? It was a 2 for $6 deal.
Okay.
And I love those, the honey mustard ones.
That's a good part. That's a good time.
It is a good time. It is. Yeah. But the pretzel sticks, I got to decide what do I want to go with. It's like a mustard or a hummus, or do I just go crazy and get the French onion
I got to
dip?
tell you, dude, no, hummus and pretzels sounds great, but you have to get the supremely spicy from Sabra.
All right. So, you know the small container of that I just killed a Sabra supremely spicy hummus with that bag of pretzels.
And like in one sitting?
Yeah, so I got another bag of pretzels.
Yeah. It's really good. You stick to that, though. It's better for you than like eating the onion dips and stuff that's just sour cream and mayonnaise. And
which is good, but
no question good.
Why do I feel so sad now?
What do you feel sad for? Can I tell you something that's funny? I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's a dealer, like a specific vendor thing. When I had my card game this past weekend.
Say dealer. I don't know if we can talk about this on air, man. We should probably wait.
Card game a couple weekends ago at the house, and I like to lay it out nice. When I invite somebody over for cards, we do something nice. We do a whole dinner, lay out the whole 9 yards. It's a thing. I like doing it. It's fun. And as I was picking up like just kind of finger snacks for later in the evening, you know what I couldn't find? What happened to combos? What happened to combos? I found one flavor of combos. It was just the regular plain old cheese combo. What happened to combos? I thought combos were a game, man.
I thought they were too.
I thought there was like a bunch of them. But there weren't. I mean, at Publix, there were like no combos.
Pizza flavored. That's a classic.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm telling
it
you,
used to be.
they're legendary. But I'm telling you, and they didn't even have big bags. They just had small bags.
Well, I never remember the big bag of combos, and I always knew with combos, a little go a long way. Like after a while, you're like the taste. You're like, I don't know what I mean.
Dude,
here.
I'm telling you, it's like peanut M&Ms though. Like 8 or 10 of those things, and you're solid. Like it's a meal.
Oh, by the way, Jimmy, just aside because I know you care. Publix, 2 for $6. The Cheetos Toasty.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's
two
good.
for $6.
I got
Cheetos or Cheez-Its?
Cheez-Its. Sorry.
The only thing I really every single time, and I will tell you, it's the best deal out there. Every time you see olive oil, if you use a lot of olive oil, every time you see it on sale, you should buy it because it's damn expensive.
Man, my family, we still have that joke in our house.
I use a quart. We probably use a quart every 2 weeks.
You don't even know what joke I'm talking
What's
about.
that?
Jimmy one time lamenting that I don't even have a can of green beans in my cabinets. I told my mom, I said, we have 3 different bags of M&Ms and 2 boxes of cereal.
Yeah.
If I had a can of green beans, it would like, holy crap, we've got green beans.
I actually, after that, I loaded up on some canned food because I felt like I wasn't prepared for what? I don't know.
Zombies, anything.
Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Corona Cigar Company, Mike Leinbach, former shuttle launch director for NASA, for joining us today, and Code Black IT for supplying our summer of stuff.
And although we didn't get back to it, we talked about that forced military service from South Korea. And if you win a medal for South Korea, you actually get to forfeit, or you can actually move past and don't have to do your 2 years. So we posed this question.
Should all Americans have to serve 2 years military service after high school? You knew the majority was going to be no. So the question for me was how many people were going to come in with a yes? 38%.
Oh, that's actually way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's not that bad at all. I mean, just a little over half say that no, but I mean, that means 40% of the people basically say that they think 2 years of forced military after high school would be good, and it would, for the record.
Our buddy Kansas Trucker actually left a response to Ross's advice. He said he served 11 years as MP, got his airborne wings, grew up to respect and serve others, also a stone cold killer attitude.
I'm telling you, man. My one of my daughter's boyfriends or ex-boyfriends was in the military for a short period of time, and it changes, and it literally turned his life around.
The only thing I think that poll is a little skewed because the people who would vote no, people who are not going to be part of the military, are just really afraid of voting in general.
Yeah, right.
So,
all right, Ross tonight, or excuse me, tomorrow night, Leesburg for sure.
Can't wait.
We have an Instagram winner, buddy?
We do. Let's give it up for Latina Foodie.
Latina
Ooh.
Foodie.
Yeah.
I like that.
Bet you would.
Latina Foodie, you are now in the summer of stuff, and while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get some other people as well.
Let's do it.
Michael, last call.
Jim and y'all, I figured out how do you identify the Delta virus. I figured the safe way is anybody that grows hair underneath their wings.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that very much. All right. Hugo, last call, Hugo.
I love pedicures. Oh.
That's so good. Stay right there, Hugo.
The old guy from The Simpsons.
Yeah, Tom.
I think it was our turtle.
Tom, last call.
Hey, Jim, I'm glad I'm not famous or talented because it seems like these idiots can't keep their mouth shut.
Okay, good. I don't know what that means.
He just had to get that off his chest.
That's good.
I guess so.
Mr. Mike, last call.
Suck it.
I have a pick the porn.
Okay.
Jimmy the Foot presents. You want napkin?
You want napkin?
Beth, last call.
These are so sick, but these guys are sick. But my thing was the guy that took over my spot. He should have been calling Sean Hannity, not you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that very much. I don't know what she's saying.
Lance, I think, was the...
Lance. Yeah.
Michael, is it Michael or
No,
Mr. Michael?
Hugo.
Hugo
Isn't it
dropped.
Hugo?
Hugo dropped. I mean, I don't understand why you do that. You call him
He
and
was
you drop.
boss.
We're trying to give you something very cool. Michael, you're a winner, buddy. We're going to put you on hold and get all of your information. You are now part of Summer of Stuff. Hopefully you can win something from Code Black IT, and we do have some cool stuff to give away.
Yeah, we do.
All right, man. It's been a great week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate that very much. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and yes, buddy?
Go City.
Yeah.
Orlando City plays tonight against Atlanta United.
You're going to be there for the game?
I will, along with Sauce Paget here.
Until he leaves early.
There you go. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the news, Chucky. They follow the Monsters in the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the corporate time. Bungalow in the bus. And what the hell is Angel listening to? Don't forget Sunday morning coming down. And, of course, in the evenings, it's Sunday Night Vinyl. We'll see you Monday at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Southbound travel on 429 still shut down due to a crash between New Independence Park